It's easily the biggest discovery humans have made ever. And the system, the consumer, the capitalistic system has such a fucking hold on our nutsack that we don't give a fuck about it. This is a weird world. This, and then you want to go see your family. You're like, oh my god, your family, this and that.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, thank you, Gabby, for coming here.
No, thank you, Earl.
I always thank people for coming and doing this weird thing.
Yeah.
Because I come and
different.
Yeah, it is different. And that's exactly why I like doing it. It's because Marie, can you bring me my water bottle?
Wifey.
Please. She may not have heard me. But either way, because it's a certain type of space that people don't really normally find themselves in, which is just like sitting across from someone else.
Interviewing, like.
Well, that's the thing is, like, it shouldn't be. Like, I definitely didn't call you here to interview you.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to have a conversation.
Hang out, yeah.
And it's just the type of conversation, especially, what's really funny, especially for someone like you.
Why?
Because you're very hyper stimulated by things.
I'm like a dog. Like, I'll go from one thing to the next to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. See, so this kind of like, it takes all that out of the way.
My nerves, though, like, will be like,
what happened? So
keeping me back.
What sort of nerves? What are you talking about?
It just feels like I have something to like, I have to like impress you or something, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely don't do that.
Just like weird nerves. Like it happens like in everyday life, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess that happens. Feel the need to impress. So then how do you know, like, how would you know if you're doing that thing? Like, okay, I guess you would have
I get like hot, I'm sweating, like.
Well, no, what I mean
I'm
is,
drinking water too much.
Like, how would you know how to impress the person?
You don't.
That's what, right. So you're just anxious.
I'm just a people pleaser.
With
so
no
like,
answer. You're just like, I want to please you, but I have no idea how to. So
I'm going to do everything I can in my power to make sure that I'm like, you're number one. Like,
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Wow. So you don't like confrontation then?
Nope. I hate it.
So
that's why I'm like, I really need to like learn how to like, because of my position, really like
draw boundaries at the least.
Yeah, boundaries, of course, but if someone's not performing well, I go into my head, I'm like, well, what do I say if I was on the other end? Like, I'd be like, you know?
Well, I mean, that's a good perspective because that means that you're trying to understand the person before you have a conversation with them. Like,
I also just don't like hurting people's feelings, which is another thing. Like,
so
I need to be more mature about, but
you're so sweet.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want there to be any nerves about this. Like, it's just,
don't worry, we'll get like 10 minutes in and I'll be fine.
Especially once these high noons get to going. So tell me about this because I just read it. I had no idea what this was. I told you I had no idea what this was. When did you come into contact with high noon sun sips, vodka and soda?
I probably had it first at Lucy's last birthday.
That's so funny because right before this, we were like, oh, are we going to show the label or not? And I'm sitting here.
You're like, guava.
Definitely giving this thing a shout out right now. Let me see this.
What lime? Did you get lime?
I got lime. I got kiwi.
Oh, I always like, no matter what seltzer company is, the lime one is always my go-to just because you can't go wrong. Would you like that one?
I do.
That one has a yellow tint to it.
Yeah, so it looks like some shit, like Prosecco or something.
I love Prosecco.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should have got some of that.
No. This is like a day drinking drink.
Oh, this is. It's very...
Prosecco's like...
Oh, this is very light. I'm glad I got a couple of more of these sitting around.
You know, though, I don't know if it says on this one, but I think like a couple years back, I was like, what alcohol is even in this? And it just says alcohol. It doesn't say like vodka, tequila.
Wait, which one?
I think it was a White Claw. It just said like
alcohol
in like the ingredients. It's like, well, which one?
And then what did it say on the ingredients? Were you able to? It
said alcohol.
We can't just be.
It's like all of the above. I bet it's a vodka
Well, I mean, no, it definitely is. It definitely says vodka.
Think?
It says vodka and soda on the front of it. Yes.
Oh. On the White Claws, I'm telling you, it just says alcohol. I'm so glad
that it doesn't taste like. I put those years behind, like the vodka years are long behind me. Yeah. That's where I started. Yeah. And
are you dark liquor
you're drinking
now?
like Jungle Juice and like aristocrat type of vodka.
Ew.
And back in the day, speaking of trying to impress people, when you really wanted to impress people around you, or at least I was trying to impress people around me, so I'm just drinking nasty drinks because drinking nasty drinks was somehow cool or something. Like, why can't I enjoy?
It's like the piss tasting ones are the ones we're always at, like high school and college parties.
Oh, like beer?
Well, yeah, or like like vodka when it's like so gross that it tastes like nail polish.
Yeah, that's the aristocrat that I'm talking about. Yeah. But yeah, beer, definitely the Rolling Rock, a lot of Bud Light, Budweiser, Miller Lights out
Busch.
there. Busch. Natural Light.
Yeah.
Right? What the fuck else? It's all really gross. But either way, I got started on the vodka and I had some of my sickest nights ever.
Really?
Yeah, and just some of my just stupidest nights ever.
But it was probably what you mixed with the vodka. Because like I can have nights where I'm just drinking like vodka sodas, and then other nights I'm drinking like fruity drinks.
It was about the fact that I was stupid
Too
and
much,
I just don't know at that point in time how to drink. You're just drinking just to
test the limits.
Yeah, see, that's not me anymore. Are you still in this stage? Like, how is your drinking? Like, what's your relationship with that?
I mean, I like a margarita.
Okay.
But for me,
I like a margarita. I like a margarita too.
Yeah.
I was just talking about it on like another podcast I just recorded. I love them. There's so many great things.
Tequila's my
sugar rim or salt?
No rim.
Okay.
Yeah. And I like classic lime on the rocks, no frozen. I don't like frozen.
No, I don't do those either. Yeah. Okay, so you don't do any sort of fruits or...
Like I mean, if they have like a mango, maybe. But classic lime is just so good for me.
Okay.
Like that. And I love sour margaritas. So like lime really helps with the sour part. Yeah. Like the more sour mix, the better.
Okay. Oh, wow. You're really into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like sour lemonade as a kid. That was like my
favorite.
Yeah. But I don't like sour like gummies, like candies. Like I like Sour Patch Kids, but I would prefer chocolate, you know? But with my drinks.
Do you know that there's a Sour Patch Kids cereal?
Ew.
I'll show you the picture afterwards. Yeah, it's
Do you put milk with that?
Yeah.
Ew.
I might actually be able to look this up right now and show you a picture of it. I was going down the aisle at Walmart like a while ago, and I just looked up and I saw this shit, and I was like, like how...
They make up weird shit these days.
See, Sour Patch cereal. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, how do you expect us to like not be fat and like nasty?
America doesn't care about that shit.
Look it up right now. I'll look it up later. No, not at all. Not at all. I know that you work out heavily.
Yeah.
Right? How's your diet going with that?
Okay, so I know
you were meal prepping a lot.
Yeah, I'm on a meal plan. So I eat like 4 to 5 meals a day. I'm not gonna lie. After a while, it does get boring because you're eating
5 meals a day.
Yeah, each of them are only like 3 to maximum 500 calories. So it's smaller meals, but imagine like the normal person burns 2,000 calories in a day. Then if you work out, that's depending on what you do. Like lifting and cardio is what my normal workout day is. I'll burn 500 plus calories just in a workout.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I need at least 2,500 to maintain. And I'm trying to gain muscle, lose fat. That's like a very tricky thing to do, especially for a woman, because we like just naturally hold fat. So I have to make sure I'm eating enough calories, but not enough to have it be a surplus where I'm gaining body fat. But I have to keep my muscle. You have to feed your muscles.
Wait a minute. Are you getting ready for a fucking competition? How many times? Wait a minute. I've talked to you about this a few times. Can we get the ball rolling?
I want to. My thing is like, you really need to be in the correct mindset and stage. Like you have to be like, I absolutely want this, you know?
Wait a minute. First of all, are we talking about physique training or are we talking about
bodybuilding?
Oh, bodybuilding.
Show.
Okay. So
like the word is called prep, which is like what you do before you compete, like preparation.
Yeah. My older brother has done physique training and stuff like that. I've seen him. I've gone to his shows before, his competitions.
So you really have to be like all or nothing. Like, so I just feel like right now I want some balance, like hanging out with friends, being able to like casually, like 4th of July, spontaneously going to a restaurant afterwards. You can't do that.
Right.
When I decide to compete, I will not be socializing because I know me and I know I'm going to want to eat.
Yeah, you got to go into a whole different... And for how long would you have to do that, do you think? To go in this whole...
Most preps are like 16 weeks. Yeah. And also like another thing is I don't feel like my body's quite ready yet. Like my foundation's not where I want it to be. So like I would say... Right now, I'm sitting at probably like 22 to 24% body fat, whereas like I would want to be like 20 to 22. So I have a little bit.
Wow.
That's like normal workout person body fat, I would say. But yeah, I just want to be a little bit more stronger
my body fat is terrible. Like it's like they told me I should get some more.
Oh, my boyfriend's the same way.
At least at the gym, they were like, you should have a bit more.
No, my boyfriend's the same way. He can eat and never gain anything. It's very hard for him.
Yeah.
But I'm me on the other hand, I'm like, I have cheese in my meal and
yeah, but you're strong as hell.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, yo, like I could like kill someone.
Okay.
Not like that. I would never, not that type of
That's not how you're getting your...
I just know if the moment ever came, if the moment ever came where I needed to fight someone, I would be ready.
Like you feel just physically confident. Like that most people that run up on you.
Left hook and you're done.
Okay, no, I wasn't saying that.
But
I was just thinking that ultimately, like the sort of torque that your body can produce, like no one's really expecting. I mean, they wouldn't want to.
Right.
They wouldn't want to.
My thing is, I also feel like my mom was very athletic. She was a swimmer, so she had the broad shoulders. I have the broad shoulders. I have the like natural upside down triangle, I guess.
A little Dorito.
Yeah, Dorito. Yeah. My lat spread. Oh my God. So I went to Texas recently.
I remember when you came up to me, it was like showing me a picture of you fucking...
my back.
Yeah, you're like, look at my back. Look at my fucking back. I'm just like...
Dude, that shit's
it's
so
a nice
fun.
looking back.
Yeah. So I went to Texas recently to visit my old gym best friend because she had moved because she's in the military. And we were doing posing photos. And I was always jealous of her because she had a very wide lat spread. Like she just had that mind muscle connection with her lats. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to learn how to do that. And so I whipped it out for her. And she's like, that is so wide. Your back is so wide now.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Man. The things that you're trying to, like your achievements these days are just about getting big and wide and girthy.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
It's crazy because like, I feel like mindsets when you're littler or like high school age, you're like shrink. And now I'm just like, no, fuck you. I want to grow. Like, I want to be as strong as possible.
Okay. Are you trying to intimidate people? What's the real motivation here? Like, what
I want it to be my party trick. Like, go at a party and just like flex my back.
You're going to be that. I've seen that person.
Yeah. At the holiday party. Did you see
I wasn't even talking about, I just meant just in general, I've seen people like whip a back out at a party and flex on people. That is so funny.
But in a funny way. Like I'm the type to like do it and then like laugh.
Yeah.
Some people do it to just like impress.
To really try to intimidate other people.
No, I think it's funny. Like I think it's funny when a girl is like
Yeah, that's very true. I guess you don't get that too often.
Yeah.
And you do got a strong ass back.
Yeah.
But because I was interested in this thing, you told me that when I did approach you with this weird ass proposition of, hey, come be on this podcast, to which by the way, I do have to express my gratitude because you were clearly like, oh, this is a fucking weird thing to be asked to do.
So
like,
weird.
Yeah, you know. But then you went and did whatever your due diligence was.
Yeah.
And then you felt better about it.
I watched some of your podcasts. That's what I did.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel grateful that you saw, like, because, listen, it could have gone the other way, right? Like, you could have seen it and been like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm glad that it didn't go that way.
Right.
I'm grateful in that.
I watched the different people. I watched how everyone, like, some people are natural talkers and then others are just stand back and listen. And I was worried that I'd be the one to stand back and you'd just be like,
just talking at you, talking at your face.
Yeah.
No.
But you do a good job of just making the conversation very natural. And like I said earlier, if you feel like the person's not talking too much, you will then take the wheel and just go with the flow. Like I will lead the conversation then.
Well, everyone's got a story. Like Gabby, you talk all the time. You just don't do it with a microphone in front of you.
No.
You know, so you have things to say. You have
anxiety.
A life. You have you have a story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just about like, how can that space be facilitated to make you feel comfortable to tell your story or to say whatever fuck is on your mind.
Yeah.
That's really the name of the game.
That's why, like, as much as like it'd be so cool to be like an influencer and stuff, the minute I record myself at the gym, it's so awkward.
Really?
I'm so awkward in front of the cameras.
So you have to have someone else do this for you. Like if you are to really try to take this route and maybe get some followers and start selling some Celsius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah. You're gonna have
you just have to keep doing it and doing it until it's just comfortable.
That's another thing too, because when I first started doing this, I didn't like listening to no one does. No one likes listening to themselves.
It's like when you see, there's this thing where you see yourself in a mirror, but the mirror, you know how regular mirrors, it's an inverted version of you. This mirror wasn't inverted, and they just like didn't recognize themselves, or like they hated themselves because it's not a view they see all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So like when you hear your voice back, you're like, oh.
What mirror is this?
I don't know, it's on TikTok.
Oh, I was going to say, I was like, did you just come up with this? Like, I was like, what the fuck is mirror you talking about? That is crazy.
Yeah.
You were just looking back and it was mirroring like it was the inverse of a mirror in a weird way.
Yeah. It's like you seeing what I see of you.
Yeah.
So, because you never see that version of yourself.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's weird. Too weird.
Yeah, and I think often like what people are looking at when they see me or like what they're interpreting.
Beard.
Because
that's what I see. It's true.
I'm shaving this today.
No. My boyfriend has a very big beard. I love beards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Beards. Okay.
Yeah.
You seem like that type.
It's weird because
strong person, strong woman's gonna need like a strong, because there's no way you're gonna have like a dude that's not strong at all.
He's very strong, but he's also strong, like minded, strong willed, like very strong personality, but not overpowering, obviously.
Right.
But he's very much not like my other boyfriends. Like my other boyfriends were.
Was that like a course correction you had to take?
Course correction and also just environment change. Like my other two boyfriends came from the state I grew up in, and he came from Virginia. Like he grew up in a very diverse area. I grew up in New England where it was not very diverse. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm very thankful for this area. I love this area.
When you were growing up, did it feel like it was bland because of that? Or did you have to get here and then you're like, oh, wow, that fucking place was bland as shit?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Like here, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many beautiful things here. Like everyone is doing their own thing. The richest person is like Indian and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
just didn't see any
in
of
my
that.
school, probably if there was 3 or 4 people who weren't white, that's diverse. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And it took me moving here to realize that.
Yeah. That opportunity, that experience, you got to get out and see some other shit.
Yeah.
You got to see some other people, speak some other languages,
eat
some other foods.
Well, even when I moved to South Carolina, like from New Hampshire to South Carolina, I was introduced to the Hispanic culture.
Yeah.
All of the clubs that were under 21, and I was 18, I went to the Hispanic clubs. They were so fun. So fun.
Oh, no. Listen, there's certain people that have gotten certain things down.
Yeah.
And Hispanic people got down fun.
Fiesta, baby.
Like they got that area covered in everything, in every aspect. Like the foods, the music, the dance, they're
like, no, for real.
You know, they take their fucking telenovelas very seriously. Those soap operas, that's
their like reality TV.
Over the top. Yeah, but everyone knows the biggest ones. I watched one. I watched 116 episodes of
which one?
Of a telenovela called Ruby.
Ruby?
Yes, Ruby.
Ooh.
There's a conocento at the end.
Yeah.
And she was a woman living in like the ghetto, sort of, but she was gorgeous. So the actress, her name is Barbara Mori.
Okay.
gorgeous woman. And so she was in the hood, but she was a gorgeous person, like in the hood.
Right.
So everyone always knew or thought like she's going to be all right. She's going to find someone and they're going to. So that's kind of how she was. She was waiting. She was plotting on rich men.
Yeah.
You know, trying to find. And it was this show about her ascension, like finding this man, marrying this man, getting this money, and just the fucking maelstrom of events that took place after getting to this place that she thought would make her very, very happy.
Yeah.
And clearly,
it didn't make her happy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of deception and despair and just stabbing people. Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. And I watched 116 episodes when I was really trying to learn Spanish. I was like, this is going to be a good way of doing it. Just putting on closed captions and just listening and watching.
That's actually a very good idea because, like, I listen to Spanish music a lot, but I can sing it okay, but I don't know what they're saying.
Right.
There was a brief time when I first started listening to Spanish music that I would look up every song and like all of its meaning, but it doesn't translate the same.
No, fuck no.
So
it gets really corny. It can get like when you translate, because the thing is, when someone's trying to quote unquote spit game, right? And that's a lot of the music is like, you know, trying to be sexy or something like that. And when you're, so this goes to that too. Slang. When you're trying to spit game at someone, you're trying to attract another, or you're just talking shit like you and your friends did on the block. Like this isn't Oxford English. If you try to translate those things word by word into English, it's going to get really corny and weird really fast. So that makes sense that you don't want to do that. You have to understand the feelings that come with certain phrases and stuff like that. You can't just do word for word. It's not the same thing. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, like just off the top of the head, because every time someone doesn't speak Spanish and there are Spanish speaking people around you, they always want to teach them bad words first. I don't know why. Every language does this, right? Like, oh, let me teach you all the bad words.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's a thing. But the words like puta madre, like you're kind of saying like bitch, mother.
Yeah.
And so like you wouldn't, that doesn't translate. Like you don't want to say that in English. That's not a cool way to curse. Like you sound like a child just trying to learn how to cuss for the first time. And you're just like, bitch, mother. Like it doesn't make any sense. But you say that shit in Spanish like puta madre.
With the R roll.
Yeah, you got to. It turns into a completely different thing.
Yeah, I met a French Canadian in Texas that was in like my friend's military group, I guess. And he was teaching me swear words, and they're all based on like religion. So the only one that I really remember is like viage. I think that's what it was. It was virgin, but it's a swear word. All of the swear words were like communion or like virgin. Like, I don't know. That's like where the origin came from.
How did he use that word viage? Like, how do you use?
I think it's like bitch.
Like bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. I don't know. He just was like, let me teach you some words.
I hope that's not what I hope they did not take that term and then turn it into bitch. That's crazy. That's wild disrespect.
Or maybe pussy. I don't know.
I feel like either way.
I didn't ask what the equivalent would be in English, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like there wouldn't be an equivalent.
I know. I just want like the closest thing. That's all.
All right, let me ask.
That's all I want. But ultimately, I wanted to say that I was talking about gratitude a long time ago, and I just wanted to say that I saw you that day in the staff cafeteria and wanted to have a conversation and see what this experience Gabby for the first time.
Yeah.
Really. And you were wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And the sweatshirt said, "Seek discomfort." Now, there are these guys that you watch on YouTube,
Yeah.
right?
Did you research them?
I didn't research them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're called Yes Theory.
Yeah.
And it's a group of guys that literally go out, they travel, they do all sorts of things to get out of their comfort zone. And their motto is basically like, make a stranger into a friend. And
They do a bunch of things to get out. And do they... I mean, I would assume, how many of them are there, you said?
It started with 4, but now it's like a whole company, like a group of
I could
10.
imagine even just like those 4 guys, they would have different levels of comfort for different things.
Yeah.
So they would have to have like different comfort zone challenges in a sense.
Yeah. So like they started with this, I don't even know how they met. They definitely weren't friends from like young
school,
age, you know? because like one of them's from Egypt, one of them's from France, one of them's from like Canada.
Oh, that
or
makes
the
it
USA.
much cooler.
Yeah, yeah. And they met and they were just like, they had the same ideologies and they're like, yo, let's get together and like do some projects. The first project they did was like 30 days. Every day they did something different out of their norm, I guess. And then it just went from there. And now they have like a line. They have like a card game that's like, it's called Spark. It's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, but for people who want to be adventurous, it's not like not like Dirty Money or anything. Right. But yeah, they're just really cool people, and they were like the reason I went skydiving this past year and shit like that.
That's why I wanted to bring it up.
Oh yeah, they were like very much the reason.
I wanted to know just what else has there been aside from this podcast episode, maybe. Because I told you,
honestly,
I was
not
like,
really anything else. Maybe getting a coach and starting my like real fitness stuff. Yeah. Maybe, but that's always been a passion of mine since like I was a sophomore in high school. Cause like I was a cheerleader. I went to the gym. My boyfriend at that time was very much into fitness as well. So I kind of just fell in love with it too. And I just always loved the image of being jacked. Yeah. Yeah. Like being jacked is fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So are you seeking discomfort in any other ways aside from, well, I mean, you trying to be swole is, well, no, because you just said getting an instructor to get on your path of physical fitness, like in the,
that was kind of like reach out, you know.
And what's the next thing?
I'm getting a spam call.
Oh, that's fine.
Just leave it.
What's the next thing as far as physical fitness for you that you feel like will be outside of your comfort zone?
Definitely like when I decide to do prep.
Oh, okay.
Because prep is going to take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
And like learning how to pose. So there's like different divisions, and each division has slightly different poses. Like bikinis, like very sexy-ish poses, like delicate, I would say.
Yeah, wearing the heels, like behind.
They all wear heels. They all wear like the bathing suits. But then wellness is like very focused on the legs. And then our figure is going to be like lat spread, like huge. Yeah. I don't know what I would do because I've never like cut down enough to see what my actual like physique would be. I do think my legs train very easily. Like they develop fast. I don't know. Because I've never gotten to that body fat to see what my actual body type is.
Man, the type of time we got on our hands. Look at all the shit we can spend our time doing. Like trying to figure out how your legs train. And
yeah, because depending on what division you want to go in is like how your workout regimen is going to be. Because if you're in wellness, you need to train your legs 3 times a week. But if you're in physique, you might want to, it's also figure. You also would probably want to focus on shoulders because that's going to make you wider. And then, of course, legs too. But it's all what you want to accomplish.
What are some of your favorite exercises?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I find for me in stretching, it changes depending upon what my body tells me it kind of needs.
Right. Like, so, you know, my favorite type of workout days is going to be like pull, which is like back and by, because the pump you get, like I'm doing my exercises and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, mountains.
Dude, this is so funny. The pump.
It's true.
This is not this.
Dude, I'm sweating right now.
This idea, you want me to cut this up higher?
I don't know.
Yeah, like
okay, do it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's no big deal.
I'm like talking and I'm like, I'm like dripping sweat. I'm so nervous.
Okay, all right. You know what? Let me cut to a question that's more pertinent to what you just said.
Okay.
When I don't know how long you've been dating your boyfriend. Did you date? Like, did you have a time where you dated casually?
Yeah.
With multiple people?
Yeah.
Okay. When you went on dates with people, what was your level of neuroticism then? Like, how were your anxiety? How did you deal with it then?
Well, I feel like I always just had conversations with them over text to feel their vibes first, to kind of see like what their personality was like first. And then, of course, first dates are always like so awkward because you're like, what do we talk about type shit.
Well, how were they at
they're fine.
Facilitating
like some were amazing.
Where...
Some were like, okay, yeah. Like I carried the conversation.
You go in level low. Okay.
Like some are very natural, you know? Like when you're talking to someone and you're just very the flow is going, you know? And then some are like choppy, you know?
Yeah,
that's how I define it.
That is exactly how it is. Yeah. Sometimes, it's weird how that happens.
It's all the vibes you feel.
It is no. I know. I just love when people explain things with it's the vibes. Like
because you can't explain it.
What else is there to say? Like it is the vibes.
The energy.
If the vibes are off,
it's a non-tangible thing. But if it's off, it's not fun.
So what were you doing? So did you always give like a second date? Then did you?
It depends on how the vibes work.
Well, the reason I say that is because I've heard that for a lot of people, first dates can be very, very nerve-wracking and weird and clunky and chopped up the way you're talking about.
Right.
And I think that I'm asking about any sort of allowance for there being weirdness on the first date because you're like, well, this is a first date. So maybe I should give them. I know some people that have a go on a second date sort of policy for the most part, unless something very, very terrible happened on the first date.
I mean, if the date went okay, like there was some awkwardness, but there was parts that were good. And then the after talking, you know, texting again or FaceTiming was fine, then of course,
Okay, yeah.
But if it was just like nothing,
no.
It's hard to explain, but like, if there just wasn't any connection, I guess, then it wasn't worth it. I've never ghosted anyone.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would just be like, sorry, it's just not working out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. That's because very noble of you.
I would flip it onto myself. How would I feel?
Listen, that sounds like a great rule, right? Almost like the golden rule.
Yeah.
Right?
It is a golden rule.
But everyone doesn't do everything based off of that golden rule when it comes to other people. Like you don't do it in every aspect.
They try to avoid it.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, man, I really wouldn't like this shit, but I'm just sorry. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not doing it. Yeah.
It wasn't in person all the time. It could just be a text. Yeah. But it's better than nothing.
Sometimes you're going to get a text.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not going to make a date up.
Yeah.
Drive wherever so we can sit down and talk. You know, sometimes.
Yeah, that's weird. In my opinion. Why would you go out to make an event of telling someone it's not working out?
That's pretty wild.
Like just meet up real quick and be like, sorry, nah. You know? Why have dinner and then at the end be like, yeah.
Right,
we're not doing it.
Because it's like, hold on a second. We just sat here and had a great dinner. Like I thought everything was great and you came here to tell me we're breaking up or we're done. Yeah, that's very weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you just wanted one last hurrah, but...
Oh, yeah. People are about that. People, you know what they say. Maybe you've been one of these people. I just need closure. People love that line.
Yeah, people...
I need closure.
But what does that mean for...
I need to see you say this to me. And then I can put that chapter behind
therapy.
me. 1,000%.
Nothing wrong about therapy, though.
No.
But like, go have closure with your therapist.
Yeah, like go figure. You should close that. Like you close that shit on your own.
You close that door.
Yeah, you waiting on someone else to close the door for you?
Yeah, literally. Whoa. Well, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people
Yikes.
They jump from relationship to relationship because they're trying to make sure that next person closes the previous door.
Oh. Yeah. I see you.
Where they don't take time to heal or like process their feelings towards that person and why they ended it, you know?
I know, but see, this is the thing. This is the conundrum we come into because what if the person is not as noble as you are and they just ghost?
Then you just kind of be
you get no data. So
true.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. So it's not about closure. I think a better answer would just be, I would just like to know. So like I can just get some data so I can do better. I don't want you back. I just want to know so I can do better.
Why you didn't like me?
Yeah, why? So I can know if there's something I really need to work on or if this is just like some of your shit.
Oh yeah.
That you're just projecting onto me.
people would want to know.
Yeah, like I just want to know because I don't want to go to the next person that I could treat right. Mm-hmm. And I can't because I do the same shit that I was doing to you, but you never told me.
You never told me. But that's why you go to therapy.
Yeah, to just try to figure it all out, right? Yeah. Or they can direct you. They can like guide you.
Yeah. I don't know. Dating's weird. But
that's so weird because I was going to say, as you might expect, I don't know what the fuck you would expect, but I had such a great time just dating people and talking to them about things like this, like what their dating life has been like.
That's because you're very natural with people, though.
I know. So it does get very weird. I was on a date with someone. I was on a blind date. I went on a blind date with someone. It was so much fun. It was so much.
Who set you up?
It was a friend. Yes, it was a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
That kind of set me up. It was the weirdest setup too. This was years ago. They set me up through Snap in a way. Like there was a friend that was talking to me and he was like, "Hey man, I was hanging out with my friend and she's got a friend and I think that you might want to hook up with her."
Whoa.
That was how that went. And I was like, sure. Like I'd love to go out and hook up with someone if things were cool.
Right.
And then his friend hit me up on Snap and was like, "Hey, like, can you send me a picture of you?"
Like, I gotta make sure you're like you good.
And I did it too. And I sent a picture through and she was like, "Yeah, that's the one." That's what she said.
Through a picture?
She was like, "Yeah, that's the one. Like, trust me, I know her. Like, that's the one that she wants." Yeah. And then she was like, "All right, cool. Like, there's this date. It was like weird. It was like I auditioned for a date." Right?
Yeah.
And then I just went out and I met this person. And it was so much fun. We started at a restaurant. Don Tito's. You ever been there in like Clarendon or Arlington?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've been there.
Clarendon, I think. And yeah, real fun place. We're upstairs getting some tacos and margaritas and all that. And then we left. And I guess because it went well then and there was a lot of laughs and a lot of fun, we just went across the street and went to this place. And she was a dancer too.
Ooh.
So she was like really dance. So she was really, really good. She taught like a few different types of dancing.
That's
so we went out dancing. And I think it's for her to be a dancer, she has to understand other fucking people don't know how to just dance, right? I don't know how to dance. Like I got
like
rhythm.
Dancing.
I love to dance. I have rhythm, but like I don't know
you're like
technical.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna pull anything out, right? And I think for me to just get out there and dance with her probably went well in her mind. She's like, "Oh, that's cool."
He's like, "Oh, he's free spirited.
He'll do that." And then just a great time overall. But in our time eating, she did tell me. And she had gone on a date, I don't know, maybe like a month or so prior. And she met this guy. I think it was another blind date, actually. And she went out and it probably took all of 15 minutes to get in the dining experience where it got dry really fast.
Yeah.
Really fast. Like they just looked at each other at a point and
they're like, "We gotta go." And like, I think it's done.
Nothing came up.
We got the apps. That's it. I don't want the entree.
And then I think she did
she text you?
I could know, because I didn't know her at the time. But I could just visibly just see this. Is so funny envisioning this. Like she just slowly like just pulled her phone up and just like started scrolling through Instagram or talking, sending text messages to the chat, probably sending like some SOS, like, "Hey, get me the fuck out of here," which did happen. And she got the fuck out of there and went to go hang out with another friend at another bar or whatever. Yeah. But sometimes it just happens. You just
But like, are you that type of person to be like, "Can I leave?" I'm not feeling it. Like no one wants to be that person or want to receive that,
Can I leave, please? Can I be dismissed?
I'm not feeling it. Can I leave? Imagine receiving that though. You'd be like, I guess.
I just feel like there's just a huge issue with that because my thing with that, I've heard a lot of people say to me recently, both, women, men, whomever, that people are just boring. Like that's their understanding of the dating pool. Like get out there and they're like, people are boring.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out what this phenomena is. Like, why everyone thinks everyone is boring.
They just didn't find a topic that they could both like really like converse with.
I think a lot of the times people aren't even seeing the people. Like, I think that because you talk about me being natural with it, and I'm trying to think about what the qualitative nature of being natural with other human beings are. Because it doesn't matter like who the person is. Like, I'm going to sit down and have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the qualitative nature is that I'm not thinking so much about how you're looking, how you're viewing me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just listening to what you're saying and I'm responding as best I can.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's like a listening, like an attention issue.
Right.
And when there's when there's that attention deficit, you're no longer viewing the person. You're not listening to, you're not experiencing the person. Mm-hmm. You're thinking about all this other shit in your mind. And so all these things that you could be experiencing are going way over your head.
You're in the moment type of person.
And I think because people are not, it draws them away from things that otherwise would be very beautiful to look at or very fun to experience or something like that.
So that's a them problem then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they would never know if they didn't get closure.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Like, how many people would get out of a relationship and if they did ask that person, like, what happened? Like, you were so bored with everything.
Yeah.
Like, you were like, and nothing excited you.
Yeah.
Like, you're just constantly, every time you talked about something like, oh, I just came home from work. Work was so boring. Work was so this. And then you went to go see your family and you're like, oh my God, my family, this and that. And that you went to go do the thing that you say you love to do, but you're just like, oh, I don't like that I can't do it this way and this and this.
People don't like people who complain.
Right?
Yeah. Like, why are you being such a downer? You know? If you're complaining too much, I don't want to be around you.
Complaining?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
I understand, like, everyone's got some tension, just being a human being and shit going on in life.
Yeah.
Right? I get it. But, like, how long do you want to complain for? Like, if you want to come get you're a friend of mine or something, you want to come get some shit off your chest. You want to come talk to me about
that's different, though.
Right. It's like, all right, you want to talk this through? Cool. But how long are we going to remain here? Is like
like talk about it and let it go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that type of thing.
When people like complain and they either keep repeating that same complaint in a different verbiage, or they make that complaint and then just find more things to complain about. Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, I got like a shudder. Oh my goodness gracious!
But no, I do believe there's times where you need to let it out and like have someone listen and
therapy.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like you can definitely have free therapy with friends. Just like
1,000%.
Yeah.
But that's one of my theories as to why therapy has. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to. Let me not sound completely stupid. I do that a lot on here because podcasting is very interesting. You're thinking on the go. Like most people just think in their house. You know.
Yeah.
We think and speak on microphones. I'm gonna think about people. I am. They're very interesting. They're very interesting. Well, there's so many levels to us.
Yeah.
I think that therapy, there's been a huge boom. We've just heard the word therapy all the time in the past few years.
Because everyone's very like, let's fix mental health.
I think, like that's what I'm saying.
Or keep it a normal conversation.
Yeah, like mental health became a thing.
That was accepted.
Like in the last 5 to 10 years, like people really started having real conversations about mental health. And there's definitely some sort of enlightenment there for us. Like we're looking back at ourselves like, hey, we should really care about ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like the emotional quotient is something that is brought up more, like emotional intelligence. When I was growing up, you just heard IQ test. Oh, I took an IQ test. Oh, his IQ's high. Oh, they're smart. I never heard about emotional intelligence until I got to a certain age. Okay. So I feel like it's the same thing. Like we're learning more about ourselves as people. Right. And it's spreading faster with modern technology. But I also feel like with how sad we are as a country, right?
Yep.
A lot of people don't feel like they have access to that free therapy. Like they may have friends, they may have family, but they don't feel like those spaces. Yeah, like those spaces are free therapy.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you got to go pay someone to like listen to you.
That's fair.
Which
paying someone's fine too, but
no, of course it is. Like we need them.
Mm-hmm.
We need them. It's just wild that profession has to exist,
right? Because they don't feel comfortable. Yeah,
yeah.
It's too crazy.
When people go on vacation and shit, like you're in the airport and there's someone next to you at the bar, or you're in that place you're traveling to.
Mm-hmm.
People spread so much of their information. They'll get so much off to a stranger. Like you'll fucking meet a stranger somewhere in the nail salon or something like that. You're getting your hair done. You're sitting next to someone. That's why I'm so glad we got on this track. There are certain professions, I think, that even with automation and the advancement and evolution of technology and AI and all this shit will remain. And they're all super duper, like, just vibey sort of professions. Bartenders.
Yes.
People, the idea of there being like some old bartender with a fucking towel, wiping out a glass. Or like just you know what I mean? Talking to people late into the night about what their issues are. And shit. That's a timeless job. Barber or hairdresser, timeless job.
Agreed.
There's just certain things like that you just can't get. Like people love these people. Therapists, that's going to be one of those things.
Yep.
But a lot of them are there because it's not there in people's regular everyday to-day lives. Which is my newest and most profound intention of this podcast.
Therapy.
It can be, but it's more so that I didn't know how much I cared about speaking with humans. Like I didn't know. I did it a lot my whole life.
Right.
But it wasn't until I was in a position where honest conversation is not encouraged amongst human beings, right?
Yep.
And being in that position, in that space, hours and hours a day, right? It made me so much more grateful for being able to just like have the moments where I can sit down with someone and be like, oh, okay, like let's just get back to being regular humans that don't have like any of that other shit going on. Like none of that pride, none of like money, like none of that other no, societal pressures.
Yes.
Like I don't need you to say the right thing to me.
Right.
None of that shit. That's right. Not the way people speak through emails. Like oh my goodness. Like I don't want I just want it to come back to a place where there are two humans just sitting down, just vibing the fuck out.
Yes.
Just that. And I know that that's something we're losing more and more of. And so I'm going to be that old guy where, there's like every old
Tuesdays
guy
with Earl.
like every old guy has that thing that he wants the youngins to hold on to. Like, back in my day, we did things this way. And ever since you've lost your way, like, you know what I mean? Like mine is definitely going to be human interaction.
Yes.
Just like regular ass human interaction.
That's very good, actually.
Yeah. So I would like to facilitate this space because it means so much to just fucking hang out with people. And I never knew that would be the case. I think that it'll be another thing if we lose any of our freedom of speech in America. I think that if things progress in a way where we keep wanting to have more citations and just constricted boundaries on what people can and cannot say, I think at some point we'll look back and be like, damn, we had it really good when we could just speak freely because now we're like this other fucking country and they can't say shit and neither can we. Yeah. Or else we go to jail.
What's freedom now,
it gets fucking weird. So I've awakened to the love and appreciation and respect I have for freedom of speech and just the fucking freedom to just fuck around with people.
Just do whatever you want.
And just talk about whatever you want.
Yes.
we're going to miss that shit one day. Like, it's not, I don't think it'll always be here. And I think we'll miss that shit and be like, wow, how crazy was it that
back in the 2020s? Like,
yeah, like there are people that, right, back in the 2020s, like you go to certain places and draw a caricature of a god or something like that, you can be fucking killed, jailed.
Yeah.
You can draw whatever dumbass photos you want of Jesus Christ. Like, you're not going to jail in America for that.
Yeah.
I think
not
that's
yet.
right. So I think that's worth holding on to.
Could you imagine what this, like, I think about dystopian books, right? That you read when you're little, like Hunger Games.
Love Hunger Games.
Yeah. Or what's the other one? Divergent.
I read that.
Yeah.
And watched that. I like that one. Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant. There were like three of them. Yeah.
That series. But it's like, when I first read it, I was like, I don't see this ever happening. Or like, even like the movie, like the Purge movies.
Yeah.
I see that shit happening. Where
I can see it in people.
Yeah, where like the crime rate is so low that they make this rule like, oh yeah, it's okay to kill people for one night. Like,
dude,
I see that happening.
You know, people would get on that.
Yeah, which is fucked.
Yeah, man. It's the rules that keep us in bounds.
I know.
We're animals.
I know. No, we are.
It's the fucking rules that keep us. Like, there are people out there that are very weird.
Intrusive thoughts, bro. Like, like that. Yeah. The Purge lets intrusive thoughts become reality.
Yeah. It's like, go do that thing to your neighbor. Yeah. It was just like your neighbors been pissing you off for years because they let their dog shit all up and down the driveway, all up and down the cul-de-sac or whatever. And you're like, man, I swear to God, if I ever could, I fucking would. And then boom, the purge comes and you're like,
perfect.
Yeah, people are weird.
Yeah, nah.
People definitely get into some weird shit like that. Sometimes I will think about some of the nastiness I've seen in people. Just like, I mean, nothing as close as like I saw them about to murder someone, but just thinking of like the greed or utter disdain or negligence they have for certain people. I'm like, and you just think like, damn, why are you so nasty?
How could you hate someone that much?
Yeah, like you're putting so much energy into that. You're so nasty.
Agreed.
Like, what could you do if this nastiness was just unleashed?
Yeah.
And not regulated.
And what made you get to that spot,
Well, I mean, a lot of people just, I mean, I used to say that I would have liked to have like an audio book, maybe of everyone's life, but like something you could download really, really fast into your mind so you could just understand.
That's some Black Mirror shit.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like hear from their perspective, like what got them there. Because then at that point, you're just like,
you could understand them.
Okay, like, I get it. Like, you're a fucking asshole, but damn, you've been sad for a long time. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense.
You're protecting yourself now by being that asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I look at people and I'm like, you're a bitch or you're an asshole. You're nasty. You're mean and you do nasty things and they're so unnecessary and it just causes such discomfort for people around you, and it's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. Yep. Like, I could fix this if you let me. Like, I could show you how to not do this, how to not be this person.
They just don't want
you. You would be so much more pleasant. People would love you so much more. Right? But that's not how it works.
They're kind of protecting something of themselves.
But I look at them and I'm like, it's not fun to be them. Like, regardless of what they try to show you, it's not fun to be them in their minds. Yeah. Like where they have to deal with themselves. That shit is not fun.
No.
So they're already dealing with the karma. Like, people think like karma is something that comes way later in the future. Like, no, as soon as you make the decision you made, like, the karma is hitting you right now.
Yeah.
Like, if you're being nice to someone, you're getting that karma back right now. You're getting a boost because now you're getting someone that loves you more on the planet, which is automatic awesome. Right. That's a win. And you're feeling better about yourself because you're the type of person that treats people well and makes them feel good and they smile and they feel good around you. Like, it's all like everyone's feeling fucking great and fantastic. When you're not that person, the other thing is happening, right?
The bad karma.
Yeah, and you're not so stupid as you can't see that. You know, people don't really fuck with you on certain levels. They kind of keep you at arm's distance. Right. Like, they keep you at bay. That's just not fun. I know.
Why would you want to be that person?
Well, a lot of people would.
Well, depending on what happened in your life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, that's the thing. It's complex. So I know that they exist, and I know that they're dealing with some shit that I don't understand, and I'm like, okay, like I got it.
Just keep your distance.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna keep my distance from you because I understand what you're going through. I'm not gonna. You're down, so like me doing anything to you, like I'm kicking you while you're down.
True.
Like I don't feel comfortable.
Wait, why? I feel like you'd be the type of person to be like, "Let me help you." Is that your version of? You
can't help everybody.
I know.
I tried. I think everyone like tries that route. When you want to do well for yourself and you feel like you have some extra to give, you try that.
Yeah.
And then there's certain people that are like, oh, I'd love to. You find out that those are the people that you'll be, that'll be your cohort in life. Those will be the people that you're speaking to, or the people that are open to you, giving them another perspective on something.
Right.
And then you guys can workshop ideas and get better at things and have truly like illuminating conversations. But if you don't, you're not that type of person, then like we can be civil, you can be cool.
Yeah, of course.
But like I'm not going to
go extra.
Try to bring you in and adopt you and wrap you up and feed you and nurse you. Yeah, no. But people get into that business. People love fixing people. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, like about that, wanting to fix someone up. Someone told me, a friend of mine told me the other day, they were like, oh yeah, my sister, she has a new project, quote unquote, and those were her words, speaking about a man she is now having dealings with. I have a new project.
I feel like a human isn't a project.
They are when you take them on as such. As like you kind of see it as like a beaten up house, and you're like, like you're a renovator. You're like, I can fix this up, put some new wood down here.
So she's gonna fix it to what she likes.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some marble down right there. Some mirrors on. I'm gonna fix you up good. You're gonna be a perfect looking house when I'm done with you. Yeah, people are. Yeah,
no, that's weird though. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Why? No, that's weird. Like, why would you call someone your project?
I know.
That's mean,
what's
honestly.
Weird because you could like not really know that you're doing that, but they're your project. But to state it, to say the words like my project, like whoa, but you're consciously taking that on.
Possessive, saying my project. Second,
project. Bathroom break, please.
Anyway. I'm a good burper.
Oh, you're one of those types?
Oh,
yeah, like that's one of your like your weird talents?
Yeah. I think my mom taught me how to burp. She try
it out. Like let me hear it and do that.
Well, I got to do a good one. It'll just
you can't do it on command.
I can, but they're not good.
Like you have to.
That's on command.
Wait, but can you like say something or sing or like do the ABCs? Can you do the ABCs? I've done the ABCs burping before.
Yeah, but I'm more of a like. What is the word in music where it goes like soft to loud? Crescendo. Yeah, well, my burps are like that. It goes like that.
Like a frog.
It doesn't say ribbit.
Yeah, I know, but it's the same. There's the same thing going on. It's the same vibe.
No,
you got frog vibes.
I do think it's a talent.
You have croak vibes.
Croak
vibes. Show me something. I want to see something.
Cut that out. You told me to do it. Shut your mouth. I'm gonna cry.
Oh my gosh.
It made me cry.
Why are you crying?
My eyes watered.
Why do you get so emotional after a good burp?
I'm like, yo, that was a good burp, but I'm embarrassed.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know what you were talking about when you said that. That's so funny.
Sometimes in public, if I burp and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have like burped in public and someone else is with me, I'll burp and I'll be like, that was disgusting, Payam. Like to my boyfriend.
Is that burp like your normal? Like if you just regularly burped, you have to try to do that.
No, everyone is powerful when it's an actual burp, not
look
like a
look
forced
how strong
one.
you want to be. No, all of my burps are powerful.
No, when it's just naturally about to come out, it just is loud.
Wow.
It's
velocity
maybe? I don't know.
Well, when people sneeze, sometimes you get those people that just you know what I mean? And then you have people that are screaming. So
that sound like they're being murdered.
Develop sneezes.
I don't know. It's like a personality trait. Like everyone sneezes different.
Yeah.
Or like it all depends. Like
it's interesting.
When I was younger, I would try to sneeze quietly because
you're trying to be respectful.
Well, more it was like it was embarrassing.
Oh, okay.
Respect. What is that?
Yeah,
What's
fuck you
politeness?
guys. Yeah.
No, but now I just sneeze. I don't. It could sound quiet. It could sound very loud. I had this one friend.
Do you cover your mouth and nose when you do? Oh, go straight into the elbow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't do this.
Okay.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's ways of the old.
Well, you're sneezing into your mouth or into your hands, and then you go back and type on your computer.
Oh.
Your germs are on the computer now.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I didn't know if that's necessarily what you should have done. Also, I'm not saying that I now am endorsing what you just said, but there is a certain amount of germs that are good for you.
Oh yeah,
and I hear that when people got really, really heavy into just hand sanitizer,
it affects their immune system when they do that.
Right.
Like I'm never opposed to like sharing food or drinks because in the back of my head I'm like, this is gonna help my immune system.
Yeah, I feel that
in a weird way,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna like if you're sick, then I'm not gonna drink from your same drink. But if we're at a party, I'm like, yo, can I try your drink? Then I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel pretty good in general. I don't get sick often.
Me either.
And so I feel pretty good. How do you feel about your microbiome?
So I actually take greens. I have to take greens in this. It's called GI Plus. It's basically for your gut.
You say you have to take it?
If my coach tells me to take it.
Oh, okay.
So I take it before I eat anything in the morning. And
before you eat anything?
Yeah,
okay.
You're supposed to drink it fasted. And it helps with movements, but also like your bacteria in your digestive system.
In your gut, yeah.
And like in your small intestines, you have like, I think they're called villi. They're like long stringy things that pull nutrients out, right? So that it helps with that. And that's why people have like gluten sensitivities. They're whatever these are, villi. I don't even know. They're shortened.
Yeah,
because the gluten like ruins the length, I guess, and so they can't absorb things as much.
Okay.
So it's always good to have a good healthy gut.
Right, exactly. And so the question is, because I hear that has to do with not only your immune system, clearly your overall metabolism, right? Like, what is your metabolic rate and why?
Right.
So when some people just swear that like I just got a slow metabolism, I just have to work with it.
Yeah, but you're eating fast food and all these nasty processed shit. Of course you have a slow metabolism. Right.
See, so a lot of people don't know that sort of information. Like, okay, so how do you get a healthy microbiome? Like, how do you get these bacteria, this good bacteria on your gut?
Veggies and whole foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of different types of things.
Yeah.
I hear, because your gut has to get used to a bunch of different types of things that come from a lot of different types of harvested in various ways. Yeah, but ultimately I feel really good when I look down at the plate and I'm like, I know what everything on this plate is.
Yeah, there's
like
not like
that's sliced tomatoes, that's eggs, that's avocado, that's that's salmon.
Yeah,
you can just go around and that. As
not
opposed
read the ingredients and have a word that's like 30 letters long.
Oh, that's most of what it's.
Yeah,
there's so much out there.
That's America for you.
Yeah, you're just reading a ton of fucking shit.
Chemicals.
Someone sent me a packet of gelatin today, like just through text message. They were like, "Look at this thing."
Oh,
it just said gelatin. Just
that was the ingredients.
Well, that was the thing. That was like on the front, and then the ingredients. I mean, of course, because it's just gelatin. Like, what is like if you had to tell me off the top of your head what gelatin is, like you understand what the consistency is.
Isn't that where it's like made out of some horse thing? You know,
that could very well. Oh, yeah, that could very well be the case.
Or something. No,
that's when people.
Because there's a difference between Jell-O and gelatin.
But when people talk about like glue companies, they talk about...
what the heck is in glue?
Well, I think that's...
that's...
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like people kill horses and I do not understand the process, but to make glue.
Like what?
So that could have some sort of.
I think gelatin's the same way. I think it has some horse thing in it.
You know what is also good? What I love about this podcast is that I don't fact check stuff.
Me either.
I love to
I don't care.
We can just I think
we're like, we think, yeah, it must be true. This thought is true.
But I wonder, the people that actually know, they're like, listen.
They're like, these idiots.
We're just like, oh, horses. yes, horses glue. I've heard of that. Yeah. Elmer's glue. Elmer. He was probably a horse at one point in time.
Wait, what is it?
I think I heard that.
Isn't Elmer's glue, what's the symbol on there?
That's a good question.
It's a horse, right? No. I think it's an eagle. Wait, no. I don't know. Wait, what's the symbol for Elmer's glue? I'm crying right now.
If they had the audacity to put a horse. You know what's actually really funny?
What part of the horse is making the glue?
You know what's really, really... Yeah, do you have to kill the whole horse?
No,
is there anything you can extract from the horse?
No, that's what I'm thinking. It's an extraction,
or do you have to kill the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That is weird.
What is funny about the place we work is that we had a review and someone was like, yeah.
The horses need happy pills.
Yeah, they were like, the little one, it looks really sad and tired.
She's just a diva, bro. She hates everyone. She hates children. There's a sign in front of her stable that says, does not particularly like children.
Dude, I would fucking hate children too if they were constantly riding me. And
kids just aren't gentle. Picture a kid with a new puppy. They're like Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Mice and Men, yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to teach them not to do that.
Trying to teach your child how to be gentle. Well, I mean, there are plenty of kids that grow up. Did you have a pet growing up?
No. Oh. I mean, I did when I was really little, 6. So I didn't take care of it. I just played with it. So I guess maybe I could relate.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Trying to teach a small child how to be gentle and what that means, why we're gentle with certain things.
Yeah.
You can't just. This isn't one of your action figures. You can't just fucking.
You can't
pick this thing up. Yeah. They'll do that. Pick some shit up. Pick a turtle up, and because it's hard, don't
They'll slam it on the ground.
Want to slam it because you're this is a hard thing. I like
intrusive.
I like when hard things and other hard things collide. So let me try to slam this thing as many times.
It's crazy how you have to mold a child's mind.
I know.
In how many ways you could fuck it up.
I know. That's where my head was at. Because I'm that's such an undertaking. It's such a responsibility.
Oh my God, yeah. It's what someone told me do you believe in multiverse?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Okay, so say you have a decision, right? You choose A, but in another universe, at that moment, you split into another universe and choose B.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're teaching your kids. You told them A, but in another universe, it's B. And then in another universe, B has 2 decisions that split and split and split, you know? Yeah. Isn't that insane?
What I would like to do if I was in that position is try my best. And again, this could also be decision A or B, which is funny because I'm trying to beat the system and not have it be a decision A or B, but I'm an idiot because I'm not stronger than the multiverses. So what I would want to do is teach them. I had a friend on here a while ago. Shout out to Brad. And when my friend Keon asked him what it was he was trying to instill in his children the most, I think, which was an interesting question, he said perspective. And I was like,
there's multiple perspectives.
Yeah, exactly. So when he said that, I was like, what sort of perspective are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But I think if there's something I would want to pass on, it's there's so many things you want to pass on to your children, but if
I would teach them you chose A, but hey, in some scenarios B isn't wrong either.
I think that's perspective.
Yeah,
it's just open yourself to other possibilities and try to weigh options. You're not always going to have a lot of time to weigh those options,
right?
In the midst of making a decision for something, because sometimes decisions need to be made like that,
right?
But but just get used to playing around with other ways in which a scenario could go, or thinking about the possible things you don't know about a scenario, which are
pros and cons,
which are clearly variables that you can't even use in your equation because you don't have them. Right. So just knowing that you don't have the pieces to all the fucking
You're
puzzles.
teaching your kid critical thinking at like age 3.
This is what we're talking about. Critical thinking.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
It's so hard. And like kids just, they're not fully understanding. So you have to say things, explain the same thing many times in different ways for them to understand. I'm not going to like this when I have kids, is when they're in their why phase. Like, why? It's like, and you don't have the answer and you're just like, it's just cause. Every parent has that answer sometimes. They're like, it just is. Like,
well, I mean, that's the answer.
Yeah. But they don't like that.
Yeah, because nothing, I mean, it just is. Well, why?
Well, what is?
Yeah, what is?
What is? That's why God is always like the answer that people say to opt out of answering that shit.
Sometimes I think it's really good to teach your children honesty, right? So, honey, I don't know.
I don't know, yeah.
Honey, I don't know. I don't have that information. You someday may have that information. Let me know if you come across it.
That's very smart. Well, I don't think they would like that answer, but
no, probably not.
It's a good parenting tool.
Yeah, it's just like, let me know if you think of anything or if you find something.
Right.
And you're like, oh shit, like damn.
Reverse Uno card.
Yeah, it's like, fuck. I gotta go think about this.
It's the kids' like life journey now. That's how they wrote their college essay, gone to Yale.
It's like fuck. Like my dad doesn't know. Like if my dad doesn't know, how the fuck am I supposed to know? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing to try to tell your kids. Like, hey, listen, you have so much more than what I did. Like, you can go be way better than me.
Yeah.
Like, you go find
that's every parent's
come tell me.
Goal.
Yeah, like, come tell me. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Every parent's like, I want my kid to be better than me.
Feeling like you went to the grave and your children were far worse. Like far worse than you.
Yeah. Fail. Well, okay, there is things where it's like it's out of your control. Like,
yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that are out of your control.
Right, but I feel like I don't know.
That's the thing. That it's just
if they're not proud on their deadbed.
It's crazy. Yeah, like if you're sitting there and you're just not happy
you're
about it. You're like, fuck.
It just dies. Imagine that being your parents' last words to you. Like, damn, not an I love you. I would be crushed. I'd be like, see you there. And like,
my dad and I fortunately have been vulnerable enough to tell each other things that we feel about each other that have meant a lot to both of us. So that's really good. You know, like he's definitely acknowledged. It was when. Well, funny how this happens. Usually connected to death, people get a little bit more vulnerable.
Sentimental, yeah.
And it was when my grandma died. Damn, time is so crazy for me. I don't know if it was a year ago or 2 years ago at this point. It's crazy. But he told me the day before she did die, which was my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Either it was the day before or she died actually on my birthday. I forget. I think it was the 4th going into the 5th. My birthday is the 4th. Of January.
Oh,
January. Sorry.
I was like, it just happened.
Definitely need a month with that.
Yeah.
And he was telling me right after I got off the phone with my grandma for the very last time, like she was in the house with him, and he was. We had gone out to the National Harbor, the Gaylord Hotel. Do you know where that is? Yeah, beautiful fucking place. And we went up for a family trip for Christmas. And it was a real nice time, but everyone got some small bug when we all went there. And she's the oldest and the most feeble. Yeah. So when we came back, she was sick, and I think she probably lasted like another week or so. And she was in the house with the family the whole time. And so
that's what the causation was.
It was definitely, we all definitely caught something. Like, we all felt it for sure. So I was like, I could only imagine what the fuck grandma's feeling right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, as he's standing over top of her, right, knowing that there are not many hours left. I think he knew that. He started telling me on the phone, because this had nothing to do with the fucking conversation, because he gave me the phone to talk to her. I talked to her. She asked me, she was kind of delirious going in and out, but she did ask me how my birthday was.
Oh.
And I was like, oh shit, like my birthday is going fantastic, Grandma.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll see you. I'm going to come over to the house and see you tomorrow. And she was like, okay, I'll see you then. And then the next morning, before I could go over there, my dad called me and was like, yeah, she's gone.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm on the way. And I went over there.
Yeah.
So during that conversation with her, when he took the phone back, he was like, I just want you to know I've been seeing you. I think he sees the stuff that goes out on Instagram and stuff like that, as far as the podcast goes. And he was like, I've been watching you. I want you to know I see you, and I've noticed the growth that you've been undertaking.
That's so cool.
He was like, and you're growing in ways that people won't grow in lifetimes.
Yeah.
And he like, so I was like, damn.
Because you're going out and
that was
learning.
Fucking deep.
Yeah, you learn from people.
Yeah, I fucking try.
The more you learn, the more you grow.
I fucking try.
Yeah.
I fucking try to just listen to people.
Dang, that was your dad saying, like, pat on the back.
Yeah, so that was nice. And I've definitely given him my kudos for him being an awesome dad in many ways. And just being an awesome person. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, for sure. He's super cool. Super cool guy.
Yeah. Me and my mom were like, we're close now that I'm an adult.
Oh, yeah.
But me being a people pleaser, when I was little, I would do, not little, like high school, I keep saying that. But
it's kind of little. You were a child. Like,
I would do things, right? Like go out and do thing, party.
Yeah.
And I'd be so scared to tell her. And then when I got caught, she'd be like, why didn't you tell me? It'd be worse for you if you told me. I was like, because I'm scared that you're going to be like, I'm disappointed.
But did you ever tell her that though? You never.
Yeah, when I was an adult.
Oh, when she got to be an adult.
Yeah. Like once I turned like 21, I was like, I don't even care.
I was about to say, like, do you remember like what it was, like what moment? Because I love these moments for people where they sort of like snap in and they're like, hold on a second, like I'm fucking me, like I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, mom. Hold on, fuck that shit.
I think when I came to Virginia, I was like, I'm literally on my own. Like, I don't have any parental or like, I mean, my mom does some things for me still, like small things, but insurance wise stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm my own self. Like I take care of myself, which is so crazy because like I also think I'm like still 16 in my head type shit. But once I moved here, I was like, if I tell my mom anything and she gets mad, like whatever, like I'm an adult. I made that decision as an adult. Like she can at least respect that. And then she has, like, we've grown because I can be like, yeah, so I did this and it did it. And she's like, I don't like that, but
yeah, sometimes you just need that. Some people, the vibes again at work, just grow up in their relationship with their family is just cool the whole way. I don't get it. That was not fucking for me.
Yeah.
That life was not, you were not just going to get a calm life with me as a child. It wasn't happening.
Right. I don't think we ever had a bad relationship. Like my mom did a really good job, but especially as like a single mom, but she had to be the good parent and the bad parent. Yeah. So that's where it was like,
right.
Well, what do I tell you? Because the good parent wouldn't care, but the bad parent would be like, why'd you do that?
Damn.
So it's like, what parent am I going to get right now?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that single parent household, I guess, is definitely different than swap my dad.
She has so much more worries. Well, I mean, no, every parent worries, you know? But she's just like, that's why.
But she has to find that balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because she has a nature to her. I don't know exactly which one that is. Like, but we're all either more of a disciplinarian or like a nurturer. Like, right. We all kind of have those things in us. So for her to have to tap in and be like, I can't just be her friend. Yeah. Because that comes naturally to a lot of people. Yeah. Like, I want to be my daughter's best friend because I didn't have that with my mom. And I want to
You can be a best friend, but yeah, you have to like be like
a real best friend though. Oh. That means that I have to also call you out when you're doing some fuck shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's a real best friend.
That's a real, I thought you were meaning like no discipline. Like,
yeah, no, definitely discipline.
Yeah,
like you're. I mean,
keep them in check.
I was about to say, I don't know if we label it discipline when a friend does it, but it is.
Yeah.
And when a friend's just like, why? Like you tell them a story and you are proud of it because you don't realize that it's stupid yet. And they're like, why would you do that? Like, are you sure? Like, that's cool with you? And they're looking at you like that. You're like, oh, wait a second. Like,
oh no, is something wrong? Yeah, our friends do discipline us.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a weird word to say with friendship.
Yeah, but you need it though.
Yeah.
And so I think that you could definitely find that balance, but it's like trying to find it. It can be tough while you're trying to be a whole parent, doing like making sure you're bringing home everything that they need, getting them the opportunities that they need. Because it's like, it's not enough to just get them fucking food and clothes. Like you want them to see stuff, right?
Yeah.
You want them to be a part of things, right?
Yeah.
You want them to have friends, right? Like you have to build a life.
Right.
You're talking about molding their minds. Yeah. Like you're doing that and you're building some sort of life around them.
It's insane. Parenting's hard. I feel like it's so hard. It could be hard, but it also could be like, it's never easy, actually. It all depends on what kid comes out of you and how they develop.
There's so many factors.
Yeah.
Like
so many multiverses.
Who are you? I often think about people that are trying to hold on to themselves, like some semblance of themselves before they had the child. You know, not just getting lost in, like, when you ask yourself the question, who am I? Well, I guess everything that I think about has to do with this fucking child. So I guess I'm a dad or I'm a mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, but damn, like, I remember I used to do things.
Used to be.
Yeah, like I used to read books.
Yeah.
And like stir my mind in all these ways and listen to podcasts. And I used to hang out with friends, and you start thinking about all these sports I used to play.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck, like I don't.
But the thing is, a child shouldn't overtake your life. It should just become a part of your life. If that makes sense.
I mean, the difference is because that's a good saying when you're in a relationship with another person, like another adult. But when that other thing, that other person cannot live without you. Like it can't do anything actually.
Yeah, no, actually.
Yeah, like
you're its food source.
You have to wipe hygiene, its ass. Yeah, hygiene, all of that. Like you get sick. You got everything.
Yeah,
that's a
lot of energy, bruh.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge undertaking. But I think it does all come down to, as I say often, your intention.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a huge difference between people that planned for it and was like, all right, babe, let's try to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Right. And did it that way versus just like, hey, babe, I'm pregnant. All right.
Like, all right. Let me wrap my mind around this.
All right. Let me pick up some shifts.
Yeah. Literally.
Fuck. Let me call my manager and pick up some fucking shifts.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a different feeling for those two different types of people.
No.
And then even so many variants of feelings, even within those those two groups of people. So again, like the multiverse and like all these different ways of doing it.
It's too much to think about. If you really get down to it.
I think it's one of those things you got to just lock the fuck in. Like you can't. They say you never truly prepare for it, right? So you can go get your little baby books and read all your things and go hit Barnes and Noble. It goes out the door.
It all goes out the door when the baby's here.
Yeah, you have a unique spirit in front of you and you have to tap into that shit. Like you have to lock the fuck in. Like, okay, this is who you are. Okay, well, this is who I am. Like, let's like, we're going to do this together.
Yeah.
We're going to learn how to coexist. And I just have to know that I'm going into this doing a lot more for you.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Whoa. I think you just talked me out of being a parent.
Well, I mean, I do like to know why people do it. Because I know that people often logically like to come up with an explanation for things because you don't want to just say, oh, I don't know. I just like to do it. Like, you don't want to sound like that. So we try to rationalize shit, even though it doesn't come from a place of logic truly. And I think it's really just a very deeply biological urge and an emotional fulfillment that a lot of people want to have as well. I don't think logically, like everybody needs to be having children.
Not everybody should have children. But.
Yeah, I've thought about it every which way, and like as I keep turning the idea in my mind, I think I don't have to give a life. I don't have to bring a life into this world. Like it's not an obligation. I don't need to. So why would I want to? Like, okay, well, it's really cute. It's a fun thing to do. Like that doesn't sound like when I weigh that on the scale of bringing a life in, it seems very superficial to me. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, they're cute and it's going to be fun and it'll change you as a person in a way that you maybe would never have tapped into in any other way and maybe can't tap into any other way without having a child. But even that seems too selfish in a way. And I'm like, so I'm going to bring a life here so I can feel fulfilled in some way. And I'm just like, I don't like a life. It seems precious to me. Like it seems like a very big deal, a life.
You can't do it because of a selfish reason.
Yeah. Like I don't want to just bring like, I think that would be awesome. I would really think that raising a child would be very, very cool. And I would love to put my fucking mind towards, I'd love to fucking put my energy into a little child.
Earl on a podcast.
Oh my God. That would be, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But so is eating a lot of cake and pie. Like I love that shit too. But like I'm not just gonna just eat a bunch of cake and pie. Like it's not good for me. So I don't know. And what's real fucked up is I really feel like I can make a productive member of society. Right. But this world may never know that productive member. Fuck that. I don't
want to bring that.
I don't think they'll ever know it.
Yeah. For me, like, and this is a selfish reason to bring a child in, is experiencing like the milestones of your kid, like the first walks, the kindergarten graduation, high school prom, wedding, like things like that. Like seeing milestones of someone that you really love, I guess.
I mean, I'm certain it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the way I've heard it explained is having a child allows you to have what could possibly be the deepest relationship you will ever have on this planet because you're starting from zero. This person knows you from zero. Yeah. Like that's the deepest you're going to really get. Like you are of me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like how like I brought you here. This shit is crazy. Like you were a fucking seed. Yeah. Like and now you're a full functioning adult. And I think a lot of times that's why it takes certain ones of us, you and I, to get to a certain age before our amendments in the relationships with our parents can happen. Yeah. Because we definitely have to mend some shit, but it's great when you get older. It's so much better. It's like, we can have a real ass conversation now because you're looking at another adult. Like I can talk to you about how I feel and the different levels to the feelings and all that sort of shit. So you can really understand me now. Yeah.
It is definitely a different relationship when you're both adults. It's cool. Like I like it. Yeah. I like it way better.
Like if your parents
they don't become your parents
have
anymore.
A drink with you. Yeah. And like sit back and you can watch whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be a drink, but whenever that fucking shade falls off, that curtain that they put up, when that comes off and you just see like just the dude or the chick, and you're like, oh, fuck, you're just a fucking dude. Like, you know what I mean? You're not my dad. Yeah, it's funny to just watch them, be comfortable in being that and not having to put up a front of whatever the fuck you feel like you
I have to protect you or,
I want you to do the right things and say the right things, be the right person. Yeah. At some point, you kind of, you're like, all right, you're out of here now. Yeah. I hope I did enough.
You're like, get out the nest, see if you fly.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've known that you've wanted children for quite some time then?
Yeah. I think...
You feel the same about like a wedding and all that? Like you want the big wedding?
I don't...
What's the vision?
So the older I get, the smaller the wedding gets. I just want...
Why is that, you think?
Because I don't want my third cousin twice removed at my wedding. Like, if you're not, like, important in my life, like, you're not coming. But I know that... Do
you even know that person, really? Like,
no. But I know that, like, I want it to be a hell of a party, but also very elegant.
Okay. All right. So far I got Gatsby. I'm thinking
Gatsby, but not like dark tones. I'm very much like neutral, light.
Okay. All right. Do we want it to be, you said elegant. Okay.
And don't ask me what dress I want. I have no idea.
No, I wasn't even getting there. I'm thinking more like, so the location still. Do you want like nature involved in any way? I
definitely think an outside component for sure.
Outside is nice.
Yeah. You
got to be careful though. Cause
yeah, it depends. I feel like wineries are a vibe too.
The people that don't plan for rain.
Well, there should always be a tent backup.
Oh my goodness! And you just get that, and you spent $20,000 on your wedding, and then the fucking thunderstorm happens, and everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, hell no! I would never do that.
Ooh.
I would always, just because we're in the hospitality industry, you have to have a backup.
You think that way.
You have to have a backup. Yeah.
You think that way.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't think that way.
Which is crazy.
Would
you look at the Farmer's Almanac? I know there's some accuracy in that shit, but the world is in a crisis, a global crisis, so shit can change.
The Farmer's Almanac.
You know what that is, right? They say it's accurate.
I mean, I imagine that it is. Their whole fucking daylight savings time is because of them, right? Because of the farmers.
Oh, you might be right.
Yeah,
I actually don't know.
I believe that's what it was, to like give them more
extra
time in the
sunlight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so I want my wedding to be elegant. I really, the color scheme is based around what I want my mom to wear.
That's funny.
Yeah, so she loves the color purple.
Okay.
She's not a dress girl.
I feel like everyone's saying that these days. There's something going on with purple. Yeah.
Purple's just
royal. It's mine too. It's hers. Yeah. Like, it's so many people I meet, way more than when I was growing up. Everyone used to tell me blue.
I mean, I like blues,
everyone used to love blue.
Not for wedding.
Yeah. So
anyway.
So you want a royal purple, like a deep purple?
Did you see the outfit for the Joe Biden's inauguration? The wife, I think it was Michelle Obama.
I can tell you no.
Sure. She was wearing a jumpsuit or some sort of like blazer with pants. It was royal purple or like plum purple. And I think that would just look so amazing. So my mom would be in dark purple. All of the bridesmaids would be in a light lilac lavender.
Yeah, I know where you're headed. I know where you're headed. I thought you were going to do that.
Yeah. And then like sage green accents.
Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah, yes, sage green. Oh, yeah. You thought about this a little bit.
Yeah. To get further, I really think some rose gold accents would go really well with it too. For sure. Like, not just regular gold, like rose.
Yeah, see, I need to know. Yeah, see, I'm not that well versed in different tints and shit of gold. Rose gold.
I
don't wear that, yeah.
I don't wear jewelry much either, but I do know I look better in like the golder side. But that's like,
I used to wear a lot of gold. I used to have 7 ear piercings.
Bro.
Yeah.
Got that, like,
there was 2 in my right, one in my was your just, what do you call it? The earlobe. And then cartilage up top.
Yeah.
And then 3 in my earlobe on the left, and then like 4 through the cartilage. Yeah, I used to look like a pirate.
Yeah, I only have my 2 ears pierced. I don't wear any jewelry though. Like, the only jewelry I have is this necklace, but that's literally it.
What's that about?
It's a 333.
What's that about?
It's an angel number.
Oh shit!
So like this,
angels are watching after you. Is that what's going on here?
It's more like, I don't want to like say like it's not like very religious. Like, I feel like angels is always connected to religion.
Okay.
It's more like universal signs to me.
Okay.
So like 333 is the equilibrium number.
Oh shit.
So when you see this, or like you see a sign that has these 3 numbers, you're supposed to remember to balance your mind, body, spirit, all of that, like stress, all of that, because it's equilibrium. So the universe is telling you need to like figure out what's out of balance.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
You specifically. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, Gabby.
What do you mean? How do I do that? I just know that like
easily. How do you so easily just say I don't know? You have the necklace on. I'm assuming you think about it every now and again. Like,
I see it every day.
So my thing is,
which means I'm out of balance. But
so when you see it, like, and you're like, okay, I got to get into balance. then
you have to figure out what is out of balance, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So how do you go about figuring out what's out of balance? Like,
I first started, like, when I was first seeing it, it was mostly fitness, definitely. So it's just like I was out of balance because I wasn't putting enough effort into my fitness journey when I had these goals in my head to be very advanced in fitness.
Have you ever been out of balance because you're putting too much?
Yes. That's me recently.
Said that shit immediately.
No, right now I'm very like
fucking tired.
My identity is the gym, but I'm just like, I don't want to go to the gym right now. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I didn't go this morning because I was like,
so you feel bad going because you feel like are you like cheating on your identity? Like
I'm cheating on my identity and my goals. My goals.
Oh yeah. When you put it with goals, it sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like every number's different. That's why like when you see 1111, it's the manifestation kind of number.
Where are you pulling these numbers from? What are you
Google?
I was about to say, is this out of the Farmer's Almanac too? Like, did they know about this stuff?
It's Google.com, Wikipedia. It's like that.
Oh, man.
But no, there's just different numbers, and then you kind of take it how you perceive it to be. You know?
Yeah.
Like you can see 333 and be like, oh, I'm out of balance, but you could know what it is right away that's out of balance, or you might have to do some like digging, you know?
Try to figure that the fuck out. Like, am I? That would be so funny. Like, because what if you just felt like you weren't? Like, what if you just saw a number and you're like, fuck, I felt fine. I thought I was fucking good.
That's when you can't take it too far.
Fucking threes. Like,
yeah.
Oh, so,
or like, yeah.
So there are times when you shouldn't believe in it.
You make me sound like I'm contradicting myself. No, you can only take beliefs to some certain extent. You can't let it control your life, you know?
I got you.
But you can be like, oh, like, I have been recognizing this number a lot. Like, maybe I should take a deeper dive and, like, see what I need to do. But other times I'm just like, oh, cute. I see a 222 today. That's me ignoring the signs. That's a bad thing. I need to stop doing that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
But yeah.
Does it manifest physically for you? Like things being off? Like do you feel like my back is fucked up or like
it's more like emotion.
Do you stretch often?
Yeah. Okay. Before and after workouts you should stretch. But it's like different types of stretch.
Well, I know what you should do, but I'm just asking if you do it because I know a lot of people don't fucking
I have like
get big. I'm just trying to max out.
And then their mobility sucks shit.
I'm just trying to max out, bro. Trying to max out. You know how many times I'm just in the fucking locker room just getting dressed, whatever the fuck, and there's just a bunch of dudes.
They're like, ah.
Now listen, I don't care if you want to sit in the mirror and look at yourself because I know people do it for competitions. People just like to look at themselves. Like, so I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah.
But the conversation that comes along with it is fucking hilarious because there's just always three dudes, you know, like pumping their chest out and, you know, looking at their traps, doing as much of their fucking triceps, traps, doing as much as they fucking can. And then they're just like, dude, like you're fucking swole, dude. Like, and they're just pumping each other up. They're just
that's me in my head.
I know you do this shit. He's like, dude, like you were never like 6 months ago, dude. You were not this big at all, bro. Like, look at your fucking arms. Yeah. I know, dude. I have been maxing out recently. And, like, I've been taking this new pre-workout, and it's like, dude, like, let me see it, man. Like, what's it got in there? Oh, this is watermelon flavor. I get it from this place,
bro. Like, that's pretty accurate.
And this is just, and it just goes on and on. Like, I've been supersetting recently. You've been supersetting? No, man. I've been doing this other thing.
I'm on deload week, you know.
See, so you get this,
Yeah, it's just like
it's fucking hilarious listening to you all. It's so funny because it's like a different. Did this
it's
go
a
out?
different language.
Yeah, it's like a different.
Did it? I don't know. I'm just laughing.
Yeah, like it is a different language. I mean, it's jargon. No matter what aspect or what realm and world you get in, there's a jargon that comes with it. Everyone's
in a different stage of their fitness, so they feel very accomplished when they're like when someone's like, you look bigger. You look more swole. That feeds their ego. And they're like, okay, bet what I've been doing the past 3 months has been working.
Right.
Because so there's this thing where it's like,
it's hard as hell.
In 4 weeks, you see the small changes in yourself. Okay. In 8 weeks, your family and friends see it. In 12 weeks, everyone sees it. Oh, wow. So you don't really see real progress, or everyone doesn't see the progress until about 3 months into whatever you
and
changed.
so you can almost say that you don't even really believe it until the 12
4
weeks.
weeks. Believe.
The 12.
Yeah.
Because you see it and you're like,
oh,
all right, but
okay.
but no one else has said anything, so maybe not. And then other people saw it and you're just like, oh, okay.
Then your mom's like, oh, honey, you have.
Right. And you're just like, oh, mom.
Okay, mom.
Like, that's mom. And then somebody out on the street is just like, damn, like, what have you, or they're at the gym, they're like, yo, what have you ever had people just ask you in a non-creepy way what's going on?
Well, that's how me and my gym best friend met. She was just like, she came up to me, she's like, I'm not trying to be like any type of way, but.
What was the exercise?
Shoulders.
So you're doing like a shoulder press?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first she said like my physique, my like shoulder physique was really good. But then she's like, and I'm not this person either, but if you want a tip, just move your shoulders a little bit more forward so there's more engagement, time over tension type shit. Because I was very out, like in like a 90-degree angle instead of like a 45-ish. So that's how like our conversation started. But there has been times where random people would be like, yo, how do you get your triceps to like look like this shit? Or like, how do you get your quad or random shit?
And you respect that. Like you feel totally fine about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I also like teaching people how to do fitness things.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that it can look very weird and creepy because you have to, and the issue with this is, in order for me to say those things to you, I have to be observing you.
Right.
You know, so...
Well, don't be like...
Well, I know. So it just gets very nuanced, the way that this thing has to happen. Because I am immediately openly acknowledging that I've been looking at you.
Right.
And because if I'm going to say something about your form, then I've had to watch your form. Like I had to go see you go through the whole motion multiple times because maybe you get it right once. Right. But like I need to know. Right. Like, oh, damn. Like she hit that shit 5 times perfectly. Like, okay, she has really good form. So I have to be observing you. And so that's where the weirdness can come in.
My thing is your eyes tell a lot. Like
I'm never usually ever about to do this thing. I'm just asking about it though.
Oh yeah.
Like I never.
Like I need tips on how to approach someone.
I never look at anyone. I never look at one and say, "Oh, like let me go and talk to them about their form." That never comes.
There's a difference between a man staring or a person. It can be a woman too, just staring at you. But then there's someone who can just be like, I can tell they're trying to learn from me, or I can tell they're impressed by me. It's all about the eyes.
You can see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
You can see the intentions.
Because if you're looking at my shoulders when I'm doing your shoulder press, I can tell you're admiring me. But if you're looking up and down type shit while I'm doing, like, you're just being creepy. Or just like a blank stare.
How do you feel about women-only gyms or women-only sections of gyms?
I think they're cool.
You think they're cool?
There's definitely...
Would you want to participate in that?
I like being in the weight section, being like, "Yo, I'm with you." Like, I can keep up type shit.
Oh my gosh, you're so okay. All right, I'm
not that I like attention, but
I'm learning waves and waves of you. You're really trying to be as powerful as possible.
I'm trying to be more powerful than you.
Well, you probably are.
No, I'm just saying every man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I think it's
pound. I wonder. Like which one of us is stronger, pound for pound?
My boyfriend's super strong and he weighs less than me. But he's like,
well, no, it works like that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it does.
I'm tall. I have really long muscles. And I exercise often as well. I have very taut muscles.
Were we trying to do like a bench press?
What should we do? We should do something.
Max out type shit.
No, you're definitely gonna kill me on some stuff because I don't because as you were saying, we're in different. People are in different levels, different milestones, right? In their physical fitness. I'm at a place of maintain.
Okay.
Like, I'm at a place of mobility. Okay. Right? Just trying to maintain and feel good and express my fitness the way that I've heard this done. Things that make me feel good. Sweat hard.
I love sweating.
Yeah, I love it. Like the row machine's one of my favorites. Just because you can get in a trance doing the same thing. Yeah. And you just sit there and just fucking pull that thing for however long you want to go. Yeah. I can get lost in doing that. A lot of body weight exercises, like I'll go today, I'll probably do a lot of like some crab walks and some.
You're very like calisthenics.
Yeah, I love to do a lot of that sort of stuff, like burpees, weighted burpees, shoulder press at the top, stuff like that. Mountain climbers. Yeah, I like to do a lot of those types of things.
That is a very like people like to not. I don't want to say shit, but shit on calisthenics because they're like, oh, you're just doing body weight. You can't break down your muscle and rebuild it with no weight. It's like, yeah, you can.
Shit.
You really can.
Shit.
It's all about like flexibility shit too. Like you said, mobility.
Yeah, you want to be able to sustain. A lot of people do a lot of movements, exercising that are not like movements that you need as you get older.
Yes.
Like there are just certain things that you really want to continue to do and teach your body to do through time. And so I try to do those things, throwing things over your head, like medicine balls, throwing things over your head. Like that's a function you want to continue to be able to do to rotate your shoulders that way. And yeah, it's just, so I do that. I'll do like crunches, come up, medicine ball, trampoline, catch back, like that type of thing. Just keep your core strong. Yeah, I do love to do a lot of those things, but I'll definitely squat. But I'm not trying to blow my fucking knees out. I don't want any rubber bands on my knees.
I don't do rubber bands.
I don't need to do any of that, but I'm certain you got a belt though. You definitely got a belt to protect your back.
Straps, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that. All of y'all that want to jump on, let me speak to these people. For all the humans that go in the gym and put all those fucking plates on the leg press
for one rep.
Hey, yo, go for it. Go for it. Like I've seen people fill up both of the fucking
tops too.
Bro,
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's ego lifting.
How?
Yeah.
That's
for their ego.
See, I want a full range. I want to be able to bring the weight as far down as I can, press it up, press my toes up, get a little calf lift in there, like and do that as many times as I would like. I'm not trying to break myself down anymore. Yeah. That's the thing.
That's the thing. They want to just achieve that next weight without focusing on, like you said, mobility is so important, form so important. Yeah. They just want that 1,000 on the leg press,
Yeah,
it's just like
crazy.
It is fun to watch though.
Listen.
But like if you can't get it back up, who's gonna help you?
I'm not one to really be anxious. Yeah. But my brother, as I said, he's done the physique training, but he's also done bodybuilding and weightlifting and, squat, bench, deadlift, and the numbers. When he's fucking squatting, like 715, I'm just
what's his rep range though?
I'm like, bro, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. But in those, you need to hit one.
At least
you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, and I just see those bands, all those fucking strong ass bands around his knees because they just, oh my God, like just the fact that you need all of that to lock your joints in place so they don't pop out to the left or the right.
That's powerlifting, bro.
Fuck. What was this? I don't want that on my like these motherfuckers really got that shit on their shoulders.
No, yeah.
Like, literally and figuratively speaking, putting that shit on their back. Like I'm willing to do the most. Fuck that, bro. Yeah. Fuck that. I'm not doing deadlifting. Hundreds and hundreds. No. I'm not lifting anything with my back.
No,
that is hundreds of like. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
There was this one like really professional guy. I don't know his name, but he was in a competition for powerlifting, and it was deadlift section. All you have to do is one, but he broke a world record. But while he was doing it, he got a brain bleed. And he did it. You can see his nose start to bleed, his like eyes turning yellow. And then he puts on the bar, falls to the ground. He had a very severe concussion, all that. He couldn't remember anything for like weeks, but he broke a world record. And he said he would do it again if and put 10 more pounds on if he knew that he could do it. Like he could have died, bruh, in a competition. You're like, I'll stick to my calisthenics.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, and when you say ego lifting, that's exactly, I guess, what I'm not feeling anymore. Because there was definitely a time where I most certainly was doing it to fulfill part of my ego.
Mm-hmm. That's because you're secure in yourself.
Right. So now I'm just not doing that shit anymore. Like, I'm just going there and I feel fucking great doing it. I get like my 15 to 20 minutes of cardio in, doing either the bike or the Stairmaster. Then I'll go off and, what I don't like is that this gym I'm at now doesn't have like weighted vest or like rucksacks or the bags, like the weighted bags, sandbags. Because I used to do those on the Stairmaster. And like when you start doing it with 25 or 30 pounds on your back, it's not the same doing it with your own body weight anymore. It's like you feel like you're just running, like flying. So I don't really like that. I got to go get some weighted vests or something like that. I should just do that in general and just do. Yeah, I think
you should wear a weighted vest under your suit at work all the time.
So that's not what I was thinking.
Strapped up.
But I was thinking, baby, because I do so many calisthenics that maybe I should get some weighted vests. Yeah. How much that stuff cost? You said you got.
I don't have a weighted vest.
Oh, you don't have any like weight, like ankle weights or wrist weights and none of that.
Sorry.
No. Yeah, I think I might. So
why don't you do the ankle weights on the
and just wear?
No, you should wear a weighted vest.
Yeah.
I would start with like a 15-pound though.
It's so crazy. Yeah. Like when I first started doing it, because I was looking at the fucking thing, I was like 35 pounds. Give me that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Then you're like 2 minutes in and you're like,
I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is 35 pounds. Like to me, that's like a small child. Like that's nothing to me. I can throw that shit on.
Yeah.
But when you think about stepping up steps, like going up a mountain with this extra 35 and like what your lungs now have to do in order to support this stress that you're putting on your body that wasn't there before. I'm like, what are people's
hikers love that shit.
Like, what are people's cardiovascular system like when they're 80 pounds overweight?
Oh,
you know, it's like you're carrying that weight with you all the fucking time. I'm like, oh my gosh. I did like 15 minutes on a Stairmaster, drenched in sweat. I felt fucking great.
Yeah.
You feel like a champion.
Yeah.
But it hit me. I was like, whoa. If I was just 35 pounds larger and like I didn't grow the necessary muscle that I needed to support that, it would be fucking hard living life. And that's just an extra 35 pounds on a 6'3", 6'4", I don't know how tall I am, guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I would watch these like The Biggest Loser.
Oh,
did you ever watch this?
I did. I think I watched a little bit with my little sister and my mom, but I wasn't like a religious watcher of that.
I watched a couple seasons, but in one of them, they were like towards the end of the journey and they made them put weighted vests back on to equal what they weighed in the beginning.
Oh, that's cool.
And made them do shit. And they're like, what the hell? Like,
see, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Wow, that must be such a mind fuck.
Yeah, yeah. Like, they're like, how did I do it? Like, insane.
That would be interesting to just like walk around with a little. It was like a TV show or movie where they did this. They put like a fat suit on and like just walk around living life as like a big person to try to understand what's going on. I feel like I've seen videos, Yeah, I feel like that's definitely been some experiment before.
And there's definitely like fat discrimination, I feel like too. Like people who are really big need to buy 2 like seats on a plane type shit.
Well, here's the thing. Because if you want to start having the real conversations, should they? If you're we're not talking about a reasonably big person, right, that fits in one seat. We're talking about the person that spills into the next seat. So if I would not want that seat. Because if I like if you purchase that seat, you'd be pissed. You know, so
I still feel bad.
So they gotta pull that little fucking arm thing up and spill out into the next seat. My uncle big ass.
Oh, bro,
he's so large. He's so large that he was selling t-shirts on the street at some point. I laugh so hard every time I tell this story. And some young ruffians wanted to steal his merchandise, so they ran up on them on the street. Sit on them? They just pushed his ass over, bro. And as he rocked like an egg, like Humpty Dumpty, They just fucking walked away with the stuff. They didn't have to run. They didn't have to hit him. They just ran up, pushed this big ass over, and just picked the stuff up and started walking down the street.
Bruh. I'd be so embarrassed.
He used to drive in the middle of his car.
Mm-hmm.
So like his ass crack is kind of in the center console.
What?
His left leg is where the brake and, the acceleration is. And then his right leg is in the passenger seat. Like
Earl, that's so bad.
That's what I'm talking about.
Whoa.
That's large.
What kind of car did he have?
Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? It wasn't a Honda Accord. I know that. But what I will tell you is that he needs to buy another two seats on the plane ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3. On some of these planes, he might need to purchase 3 of them shit, which is crazy because then that means you can't go anywhere.
No, yeah.
Because now you have to pay triple the price to travel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's so sad, honestly.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And I don't.
If I ever got that big, bruh, I would just be like, I'm done with life.
It's wild to get there. Like just like the people that allowed you to get there.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you didn't catch it happening and put it in reverse. Like,
yeah. Well, that could be the same as eating disorders, like anorexia. Like people don't say anything or they don't notice until it's too late. Damn. Yeah, it goes both ways.
It's crazy how quickly you can change. Like, and you're looking at yourself every fucking day, so
you don't see the change, or maybe you do, but you're just like,
you're like, nah. Like
it's healthy.
Yeah, it's all right. I feel all right.
Yeah.
You guys feel cool?
Yeah.
Damn. I'm so glad. I feel that I've gotten to a place. Let me ask you this question. Do you ever just be minding your own fucking business, living your own life, and then step out somewhere, shit, it could even been here, and realize a very stark contrast in the way that you live your life versus the way someone else does? Like, you're like, wow. Yeah, I don't think like that at all, and I don't live like that at all, and that's so weird. I just kind of forget that people out here do that.
Yeah.
Like, does that ever come across to you?
Yeah, well, mostly like people who don't go to the gym, but
you sort of wonder, like,
I'm like, why don't you want to go?
And is it the gym in particular, or is it just exercise, or is it just fitness? Because what if they don't go to the gym, but they're like, they run triathlons, or they?
Oh, I respect those types of people.
What I mean? They're just like, no, I'm not in the gym lifting, but like I do shit. Like I'm a hiker, or I'm a mountain biker, or I just swim a ton, or whatever.
Yeah, I recognize them as fitness.
You recognize them. You're passing the cards out.
Yeah,
I recognize them.
You're a triathlon.
Yeah, they're okay.
No, but I don't understand people who don't want to move their body.
Yeah.
Like why do you just want to sit here and, I guess I'm gonna stereotype really bad, play video games and eat pizza?
Because that's how it works on you. It's because the pizza and the video games make you stay there. That's what it is.
Psychological?
It's like all the things. Yeah, it's like all the things that stop you from going. Like
there's so many things to exercise to barriers to exercise. Yeah,
there's so many different ones. Like you can come up with everything. You can do everything but exercise.
Yeah,
and a lot of them feel really, really good, and they keep you in that state because you eat pizza, right? You eat a whole pizza.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
Pizza, you dipped it in ranch and it was fucking garlic on the top of it, and it was stuffed crust. Who knows? However you like it, right? Fucking delicious. You had what's your dessert?
Ice cream.
Ice cream? We talked about this. What's your ice cream? What's your ice cream flavor? Chocolate?
No.
What is it? Rocky Road. Mint chocolate chip. Okay. And then you had a fucking pint of mint chocolate chip. For some reason, this is just how you wanted to go out this day. You ate all this stuff.
Yeah.
You do not feel like going to the gym after you eat that shit.
Yeah.
Right? You just don't. The couch is meant to be comfortable.
Right.
So when you're in front of the TV with the ice cream and the pizza and the fucking Netflix
you're in your
and it's too comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't want to fucking leave that to go do hard work.
Or do anything, Like the thing that I have to get over, not over, but I remind myself a lot is just start your workout and you're not going to regret your workout. You've never regretted a workout. Just get to the gym. That's the hardest part. Just getting there and starting your first exercise.
Just go.
No, literally. That's the barrier that people try to overcome. Once you're there.
For me, it's not even it's literally if you get in the car to go, like, I'm going.
Yeah.
If I get I'm never getting in the car and getting back out of the car. You'd be like, wait a minute, never mind. What the fuck was that about? Like, if I get ready to go to the gym, that means I have to put on certain stuff. I got to get my bag together.
I put on gym clothes before and not gone to the gym, though. I live in gym clothes, bro.
Oh, see, that's the thing. Your gym process is probably quick because you live that life. Like, you probably just got.
Yeah.
Do you put on makeup before you go to the gym?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't. because I sweat so much.
Right. Yeah.
I don't.
I bet because you're fucking exercising. Yeah. So my thing is, when people do wear a ton of makeup,
who's it for? It's melted off.
You know what it is? It's for the people that don't want the women-only gyms.
Yeah.
It's for the people that don't want the women-only section. Yeah. It's like, I want to be over here with you all.
Yeah.
And this pump cover is about to come off.
I never take my pump cover.
My pump cover is about to come off in about 7 minutes. Oh, these once this is off,
it's over for you.
That's so funny. Mm-hmm. That's so funny.
No.
The big reveal.
But yeah. What were we talking about? Hold on, what did I just say? See?
No, wait,
we were talking about fitness, but like
I think you're talking about the people that you do recognize fitness. Oh, not understanding people that just don't exercise, don't go to the gym, but just because I was asking you if you live in your own world to a point where sometimes you pop out and you're like, oh shit, I don't know why I thought more people were on this thing, but you're not doing this. That's kind of wild. That's how I feel sometimes when it comes to like mental stability. Sometimes I'll go out and I'm like, oh fuck, it's really unstable out here. like I'll be because I'm sitting in my fucking house, recording podcasts, hanging out, reading nice books, meditating.
It's yoga. Chaos outside.
And then I go outside and I'm like, oh shit. We were at Sweet Frog yesterday. We were sitting out and I had some fucking some sweet coconut, mango, pomegranate raspberry mix.
Yum.
And I threw some candies in there, like some nerds.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking love Sweet Frog. So good. And they're making acai bowls now, by the way. Yeah, very interesting.
That's cool.
Everybody wants to get into the acai bowl space. It's the big one right now.
Yeah. It's the new froyo.
And we go sit out on this bench and we hear this fucking guy like 5 feet behind us in this other bench. And he's just... Now, I saw the guy before, so I know his appearance. I know probably he's dealing with a rough life.
Yeah.
Right? And he's just back there talking like, by the way, keep in mind, there's no one by him. And he's like, yeah, man, I'll fuck these motherfuckers up right now. I don't give a fuck. Like, I got 2 knives on me. I'm as strong as fucking Mike Tyson. It's whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, these motherfuckers over here right now. And like, we're facing one way, eating ice cream with frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
And we're both hearing this, but I'm continuing the conversation between us, right? Like, because we're keeping it normal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm super tapped in. I'm super tapped because I'm just like, yo, if this motherfucker gets up out of this seat, I now have to go into complete animal mode. Like, I have to go into complete protector mode. Like, this is what it is. This is just, I didn't think that this is where my day was going to get me. Sitting outside a Sweet Frog, having to fucking fight some mentally ill dude that's sitting out here carrying around a 24 pack of Coca-Cola with him.
Bruh.
But he got up and he started walking up behind the bench where we were at. And in my mind, I was like, okay, like it's time to get up out of the seat and do whatever fuck the next moments bring us. And then he just kept walking. He just kept walking straight past us. And turned the corner and just kept talking to himself or whatever. And I was like,
bruh.
I was like, okay. Like, dude, this is just,
It's so important to like be aware of your surroundings. So important. Actually, recently, as of 4th of July, we went to DC to see the fireworks. And of course, there's a shit ton of people. So there's also a shit ton of cops. But we were walking towards the National Mall and there was a group of probably like my age, but guys, they just start the 10 of them start running. Me and Payam, my boyfriend.
What is your age, by the way?
I'm 23.
Okay.
Oh, no. I just turned 24. It's only been a month. I turned June 12th.
Yeah,
okay,
that happens.
Yeah. So they start, 10 of them are running, like bolting, right? So me and my boyfriend we're like, what is about to happen? Because like, we're like, why is 10 motherfuckers sprinting as fast as they can? And me and Pam were just like, should we? Like,
that's a great thing to ask yourself.
No, literally.
Some people don't wait; they just start running as well.
No, I know. They were just having race.
Yeah. See, my thing is like, I would just be privy. My antennas are definitely going up.
Yeah.
Now, if I see some animals start running, like if I'm out somewhere and you just start seeing some buffalo running.
Yeah, you're like, Stampede.
Yeah, like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Birds.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
I trust animals.
But I also felt like even if something were to happen, there's like a cop at every block. No, not just a cop. There's like 6 cops, which sometimes like seeing that many cops, it makes me uneasy. But
you say, oh.
Yeah,
Like
when I see a cop, I don't feel safe.
That's kind of fucked up.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is.
It's so weird that when you see a cop.
break.
Okay, yeah, honestly, same.
Yeah.
Microphone? Yeah. I don't know. It's too professional.
What did you think we were going to be speaking into?
I've watched your podcast, so I know it's going to be, but...
Tell me
was this
more
expensive?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Listen, that stimulus check and those quarantine checks. Yeah.
I bet
that came in close. It came in handy. This MacBook, most of the stuff. The ring light was a gift from my little sister. Aww. But for the most part, that paid for a lot of this shit.
Damn. Yeah, awesome. I looked, got the short end of the straw, and I was still dependent on my mom. So I didn't get no stimmies. No stimmies.
Damn.
It's all right.
Wait a minute. So tell me how you feel. Salud. Salud.
Make that eye contact. Eye contact. Okay.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You don't know you're supposed to make eye contact when you cheers?
I'm so sorry.
If you don't.
Because then the magic doesn't come alive?
No, if you don't, it's 7 years of bad sex.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can promise you that's not the case.
Can you tell I'm superstitious?
I can promise you that's not the case. What I will say is, I want to ask, so what do you feel like when, let me get this close, a little bit closer to you. So what do you feel when you see the police?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry to cut you off after I just asked you a question, because that's very rude. I do want to just throw this in there. I was casually dating someone at the time, and all this has to be said because it matters. This was a white woman, and she was very, very sweet. And I, being a black man, this was year, I think, 2020. So there was, like social tension was just at a very, very, very drastic height. And I was driving home, I think, from her place, and we were on the phone. And I was getting home, and I ran a fucking red light because I was just trying to like make this last stoplight so I could just pull into my house.
Yeah.
Fucking cop saw it, pulled up behind me, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting pulled over. And she was like, oh my God, Earl, like, are you gonna be okay? What's gonna happen? And I was like, whoa.
It's okay.
I was like, I think I'm gonna be okay.
Okay.
She was just like, but they shoot black people. And I'm like, whoa. I was like, okay.
Anyway,
it's a touchy subject, right?
No, it is. It could be you got pulled over for throwing red light.
Now, I will say, in my experience, in the counties I have inhabited, when the police pull me over, I just say yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, to whatever it is they're talking about, because I did that shit, first of all. So it's not like I'm like this. They
appreciate your truthfulness.
This is where my mind goes. Like, what conversation am I really about to have right now? Because I'm not going to lie to them and tell them that I didn't do whatever. Like, I'm not going to do that. And if I'm not going to do that, then what sort of conversation do I really need to have with you?
Right.
Aside from just like, yes, sir. I understand, sir. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Let's. Okay.
I understand.
There's nothing else to say. So every time they're just like, man, you've been very, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and do this for you. Or, you know what, just going about your way. Or when I went into the court, because I got caught with like a reckless at a point in time. Mm-hmm. I had to go to court. I had nothing. I had no priors ever. And the judge was just like, yeah, man, I see what happened. Go ahead, get on out of here. Yeah. Like, you're fine. Mm-hmm. I think I had to take a class or something like that. You know what I mean? One of those online
or defensive driving.
Yeah, something like that. So you take a little class online, you know, it takes a few weeks and then you're done.
Yeah.
I've been just fine.
Yeah.
Right? I've been respectful and I've gotten respect back. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I feel like on edge around them. You definitely don't want to be near them on the road. Like, you don't feel good. Like, if they're behind you or you're right behind them, like, you don't want to do that shit. Like, I don't want to be that close to you. But I don't feel what. So let me.
Maybe it's not the cop themselves. It's more like if there's a bunch of cops in a place where I'm at, I feel like something bad happened, or B, they think something bad is going to happen. You know, so. I know why they were there for 4th of July, because there was a shit ton of people. Yeah. But I also know, like, right now with like the gun shooting or all the shootings happening and fireworks sound like fucking gunshots.
I know.
That's why there was 10 at every block, you know?
I always hear about this in Chicago, July 4th weekend.
Really
like
bad.
Yeah. There's just a lot of fucking...
But it's actually like... Yeah. That's why I was like... Well, no, I got because of the people running. Yeah. But normally with cops, if there are a bunch... You just start to feel like, am I not in a safe place right now?
Yeah, like what's going on? Yeah. It's just the potential for chaos is so large, they just have to be there.
Yeah. I could be at a Chipotle and they come in for lunch. I'm like, should I be here right now? You know what I'm saying? But no, on the road though.
have you had bad, like, what's your relationship been with the police?
Oh, not bad at all.
Okay.
I just know what could be, you know? Yeah. I'm very much a worrier and anxiety ridden, you know? Like, I may have been your girlfriend in the car being like, oh my God, is everything going to be okay? Yeah. Like, I know you just ran a red light, but this could be a bad apple, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. But I think, like, it was good that you were calm, you know?
Yeah, like, in her mind, I was, like, about to be shot. Yeah. Like in her mind, like, it had gone to this, just like, you're being pulled over. Oh, my God, that means you're getting shot. Yeah. Like, that's where her mind went. It's like, I don't think it means that. I think I made a traffic violation.
Yeah, I think I actually did something wrong.
And they're going to let me know about that because it's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
And then they're probably going to let me go on my way, which that particular time he did. He was like, listen, I get it because you're right here next to your house, because he's clearly able to look at your license, see where you live, and be like, okay, I see you were just about to be home. He's like, just don't do stupid stuff. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. And I was like, I know.
So was it like you turned on a red light that you weren't supposed to turn on?
No. Like I ran a red light.
Oh.
Yeah, I ran a red light. I was clearly not going to get there by the time. Yeah, and I didn't think anyone was really around, you know, trying to where the fuck did he come from?
No, yeah, there was this one time I got pulled over on the way home from work, and it was I was working the evening shift, and I live 45 minutes away, so it was like 11:30 at night. So I'm like, I'm just trying to go home. I'm driving. I love listening to my music really loud, so I'm driving, and
Who are we listening to?
That's what the cop asked me. I got pulled over. He said, you were going, I don't even remember, like, I would say almost close to 70 in a 45, maybe. Okay. And he was like, what's going on? I was like, honestly, I just got off work. I am listening to a new, who was it? Oh, I love him. Kendrick.
That's so funny. And his new album?
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
That's so funny.
And he was like, oh, what song? I was like, N95, I think is this. And that's a good beat song.
Wait. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah. So I was like going fast because of that song.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So were you going were you going the speed limit Then the song came on, and then you're like,
I think, yeah, I was so
get
much.
the fuck out of here.
I was so
Are
much
you
into
serious?
the song. No, that happens though.
You picked up 35 miles per hour.
Well, maybe from a long distance before the cops saw me, you know?
But
like, I was going about 70 by the time the cops saw me.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like you, like if the speed limit's 45 miles per hour.
Yeah.
We're assuming, because you're saying the song made you drive that way, that at some point in time you were driving the speed limit.
Let me defend myself. So I mostly drive on 50 on my way to work.
Yeah.
So it's mostly like 50 to 55 miles an hour. So I was still speeding, but it goes 55 to a 45 and almost close to my house. So I didn't slow down because I thought I still was at 55, but I was going 70.
Yeah.
Anyway,
those
he
numbers.
was like, have a good night. Just don't listen to that song or you'll be getting a ticket.
Damn. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could have gotten a reckless. Like, in all seriousness, I could have gotten a reckless. But he was like, nah.
I've had so many friends throughout the years have like revoked licenses and just like all these little freedoms taken away from you. I'm like, what the
What did you
fuck?
do?
Like, why do you get in trouble so much? I knew a chick one time, she told me that she had easily been pulled over like 60 something times.
Is that a flex? Like,
I think it was because she would get out of them some way. Because at some point you can't.
I hate
you
when
can't
women
drive
were like, I got out of this ticket.
It was a lot of that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of I get out of tickets a lot. So that was the flex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people they're just out there. It's fucking.
But how's the cops
crazy.
not have a record of every time like they get pulled over? Like, you don't get a ticket,
but I see that you've been pulled over 63 times
for the same reason that I pulled you over right now.
Right.
Like,
and it's only been in the past 6 months. Like, what the fuck is going on?
No, literally.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But some people they just keep driving anyway, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, maybe people like being in trouble. It fulfills them. I never liked getting in trouble with anything. Like,
some people
school, my mom,
like getting in trouble is fucking funny. That's a funny perspective.
It could be. You know, people have weird minds.
To want to,
It's like their adrenaline or something. Like they feel some type of way that they like when they get in trouble.
I hear that when a lot of robbers like steal some shit, like they pull off the big heist or whatever that they were planning for fucking 8 months. Sometimes like people will sometimes purposefully tell on themselves at some point in time because just winning and getting the money wasn't enough.
Bruh.
Like they needed to be known for what they did.
But isn't the biggest flex getting away with it? Like,
well, that's the thing. It's not flexing if you don't flex, right? So like that's the thing. It's kind of a flex, but no one knows you, so you're not really flexing on anyone. You just have to be secure with yourself in the fact that you're the best thief the world's ever known or some shit.
I can be secure with that.
I would be so fine with that. Just like I don't need to try to lift 615 pounds like squatting.
Yeah.
I don't need for you to know that I stole that $5 million.
No, literally. I'll just spend it.
What would you do? Are you going to be an island person?
Just travel everywhere, probably.
Where you want to go? And why?
I don't know.
Do you have that list? Do you have a...
Well, I mean, I've never been out of... I don't know how well
traveled you are. Yeah.
I've never been out of the country except for, like, Canada.
Okay.
So, like...
What were you doing up there?
Well, my family like to go to Prince Edward Island. Did you ever read the Anna Green Gables books?
No.
Okay, so that's where, like, the author was from. And my mom was really into that. So we went up to PEI is what's abbreviated. But then in high school, I went to Ottawa for a mission trip.
Ottawa is... Canada. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been to Canada 2 or 3 times, I think. But I've never been anywhere else. Not even, like, an island. Anyway. Yeah. So I would say my list is very big.
I was going to say you're going to feel like you did when you left New England.
Yeah.
I mean, be like, wow, probably. Man, some other shit. This is nice.
Yeah.
This is nice.
I think I would... Well, I mean, we're trying to plan a trip to, like, the UK area for next year because A, that's like our heritage. And B, I'm turning 25. My sister's turning 30. My mom's turning 60.
Okay.
And my sister's birthday is in May. Me and my mom are in June. So we're going to go around that time.
Yeah.
And kind of like.
And have a huge bash.
Yeah. So we'll probably go to UK, Wales, Scotland. I want to go to Ireland. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. But I really want to go to Italy just because I love pasta and pizza and gelato, like for food. And maybe going for, what's that? Venice, right? With the boats.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go there.
The little rowboats.
I also probably Croatia.
Okay.
But that's because like all the international interns that we have.
Oh, because I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because they're so fucking nice and cool.
Yeah, well, one of them literally owns a hotel and restaurant, so I could literally just go there. Yeah,
I was just thinking because I usually love I've gotten in particularly well with most of them. Mm-hmm. Most but the Croatians seem to produce a certain type of person. Yeah. They're all very humble. Mm-hmm. But and so accepting of other people.
Yeah, I agree.
And just interesting. Yeah. Not really trying to pass off something that they're not. That's something. You know, they're not
them.
Yeah, they're them.
Yeah.
And you know that when you're looking at them and talking to them that they're just them.
They're not impressing. They're just themselves.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We need to investigate Croatia.
We need to go to Croatia.
Just figure out what the fuck is going on. See what they're up to. Yeah. What their day-to-day, life is like.
That's actually really good. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I want to travel to local places. Don't get me wrong. I want to do all
You mean domestic? In the U.S.?
No. Go someplace and be with the locals.
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
But then the other part of me is of course I want to go see all the touristy things. I think it would be so cool to see all of the 7 wonders of the world. Mm. The newer ones, because the ancient ones don't really exist. But
I feel like that does something to you.
Bruh. Yeah.
When you're a human, you just see things that are far grander than your puny little self.
You're like a speck in the whole universe.
I think it just does something to you. You're just okay, let me
people were here before us and they made this. Type shit.
Yeah, I haven't done shit. No. I didn't even hit the gym today.
Not yet, at least.
We gotta, something I really love about conversation is I don't think I could be friends with people that we can't make fun of each other. We have to be able to. We have to make fun of each other and show ourselves when we're being absurd. Yeah. When we're taking ourselves a little too seriously, and you're like, "Hey, man, you gotta lighten the fuck up." Trust me, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
It's not.
Don't get me wrong, though. There's times where I get sensitive, but it's more I don't know. I feel like
What do you get sensitive about?
I don't know. I don't have a particular.
You mean just when you've had people try to tell you something about yourself that they've observed,
and I don't want to change it about myself,
and you've taken it the wrong way and been like, "Well, fuck you."
From 0 to 100.
Fuck you for thinking that I'm not perfect, motherfucker.
Fuck you for not thinking my back is jacked.
Damn.
Nah. Or if there's situations where it's funny, but then they just keep going, and I'm just bruh, the moment's ended. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
And then I'm well, okay, maybe I'm a little butthurt that you said that last thing. So
there's an art to it because if it does continue, you're kind of all right, now what do we do?
All right, are you actually trying to roast?
Right, yeah, because now it's it's okay to kind of quick little knife.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Not a
but you're putting the knife in and you're twisting it and throwing salt in there and stomping on it.
Yeah.
What are we doing here now?
Do you hate me?
Yeah, it's there was something actually you've been harboring this feeling. Okay, this is something actually happening.
We actually have to have a conversation.
Right. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
But I never have those conversations. I just say, "You hurt my feelings. Shut up."
And they're just supposed to say, "What if?"
Okay.
I was about to say. So you don't like the follow-ups. You don't like the. Well, in what way? Did I make you feel that way?
If my boyfriend took it too far, then there'd be a follow-up because communication's everything in a relationship. Yeah. But if it's just some person that, say I was out with girlfriends and one of my girlfriends brought another friend and they were the ones stabbing at me. Mm-hmm. Oh, then there's not going to be a follow-up. The fuck, I'm just you're
that's
a bitch.
Weird. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
To be someone that goes into a group, and it's like
that's
people,
like I
people
feel
are
like,
weird when they get like really comfortable really fast.
Yeah,
that's very weird. It's a very weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you start hanging out with a new group of people. I'm not saying like don't be yourself, right? And let loose. And damn, it's rough because some people just them being themselves is kind of like being a bitch. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that, I guess. Yeah, because I want them to be themselves.
I want them to be themselves, but not at the cost of me being picked on.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Yeah. You just got,
why you gotta be me?
But then you learn, okay, I'll just won't hang out with you anymore.
Yeah. They'll be like, do you want to hang out? And I'm like, no. Just kidding. I never see those people again.
That's so funny. Okay, so you get it. So you get emotional sometimes, and you try to fight. You try to resist some of the constructive criticism given to you.
Yeah, maybe I'm not too open about criticism. But it all depends. Like if I'm at my job and I'm getting feedback that's constructive criticism, then I'm fine with that.
But if it comes to your qualities or characteristics, like your personality.
Yeah, like if someone's like, why the fuck are you going to the gym every day? Like, are you trying to be like huge and a man? And it's just like, well, okay, anyway.
Yeah, I know. It's because just the way you even frame that, it's because you're speaking to people that are being like nasty and
like they have intention of hurting you, even though it's like a joke.
Yeah,
you know?
No, that's not the same. Yeah, I was talking about a reasonable human being that has like taken a reasonable time invested into like observing something about you.
Oh yeah,
they love you, they care for you. They're just like, hey, listen, like I want to tell you about this thing. I don't want you to be upset with me, but I feel like not only is it impacting me, but it's ultimately not good for you. Would you be willing to hear what that thing is? Like, and for you to be like, no, is kind of crazy. Like you'd have to go back home or to your bed at night and think, someone said that to me and I said no. So
now
what?
I can't improve myself.
Like, so what does that mean? Because I'm clearly crazy.
Yeah.
I'm clearly crazy at that point.
Yeah. No, I think if it's like close friends and you're just cracking a quick joke, you know, then that's fine. But just don't carry it out, you know?
Yeah, no, you don't have to drag it out. But it is important to just be able to laugh at each other.
And yourself.
And just say, traveling does that. Traveling, you just seeing things just much bigger, much more powerful, much more beautiful and majestic and, you know.
Like there's
than
so much
than you'll
out there.
ever be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Do you believe in aliens?
I don't not believe in them.
I believe there's something.
What I think is the funniest thing about aliens is that because we live in this day where so much video and so much footage from like the government now, it seems I'm hearing about, is surfacing about UFOs, new propulsion systems that we don't understand, and metals and materials that we don't quite understand. All this shit. And the system, the consumer, the capitalistic system has such a fucking hold on our nutsack that we don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine if aliens they're moving amongst us, they're doing
like
shit.
Men in Black type shit.
Like they're here, right? And they're just all these crash sites and like these are real videos that people are seeing. Like it's a real thing and it's really happening now and we're really catching footage of it. It's easily the biggest discovery humans have made ever, right? But we still don't care. That's how unimpressed and how bored we are with life. Because we're like, yo,
movies desensitize you.
I think that definitely has had something because we've been waiting for this to some degree through all of our media
we
and
have
culture.
High expectations.
But what I will is, I think more so than that, we have to go to work.
Yeah. Literally.
Like, oh, you guys found aliens? Cool. I work a 9 to 5. Like, are the aliens paying my bills now? Like what does that mean? We don't even
taking over.
Like, people don't even have the the bandwidth to be able to be impressed with aliens.
No, literally.
Like, dude, I have to wake up in the morning. I got to go to work. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, okay, cool. That's fine. Like, that's the craziest thing to me about aliens in our society right now. Like, I don't give a fuck. Did you see this TikTok video though? Like,
we don't care about the real things like happening, bro.
Bro, life is a fucking joke.
No, literally though.
It's just like a big... It's one big theater play, man. It's like, it's very, very wild thing.
I definitely believe in like, what was the Jim Carrey?
The Truman Show?
Yeah. I feel that. Like, you really think there's like a big world out there right now, like doing stuff? No, it's just you and me. Von Marie's not working. She's not, she's a robot. She's still right now. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
This is crazy. Like, we're just like in this box.
The world is just right here, right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. If you think about it, it does blow your mind.
And then you just go off, and then as soon as you tap into something, it resumes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like some Sims.
Yeah, I used to play The Sims.
Me too. I loved it.
Yeah, it's weird because you're building a life for a human that you should be doing in your real fucking life. But you spend all this time like, gotta get a good job, gotta get that promotion, like gotta go to the gym. Yeah, I'm gonna go play chess for 2 hours. I'm gonna exercise. Like, you're gonna try to make this sim be the happiest, the most productive human ever.
What is your radar looking like?
But you're just on the fucking game. It's like, that's something that's so fucking weird. That's so funny that we're willing to care so much for something else.
No, yeah.
To try to build something else. Those are the fixer-uppers. Yeah. My projects. Like, there's something in us that wants to help.
Yeah.
I think people are mostly generous. I think that circumstances take away people's capacity to be generous.
Like money.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't just be giving money, but some people can, and some people could give, more than others, of course. But I think if people... Usually people just being happy and sad it's just conditions. It's circumstances, it's mindsets. Because there are people that come from super poor places but are super, super happy. Like, far happier
how you look at the world
than us in America. Like, we're sad as fuck. Got everything.
It's because of the food we eat.
That's a huge part of it. And then there are fucking people living out in the dirt. You know what I mean? Somewhere like dirt roads for sure. And not nearly as far along in technology as we are. And they're fucking happy. They come out. Their sense of community. They probably appreciate
the small things,
Yeah, which are the important. They come out. They have a sense of community. They know the people down the street. Like, everyone talks to one another. This is probably where a lot of those. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, one of the guys, Marino, from last year, from Croatia, would talk to me about this, and he would tell us what he would be doing on a weekend when we're running around doing brunch.
Yeah,
he's like, oh. The whole village is coming together to like have a feast. Yeah. And I'm just like,
there's no community. Like, here.
The whole village is coming together to sit down and have a cookout, feast. Like, that's nice.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I grew up in one house where I knew all of my neighbors. Like, everyone on the street we knew. We would be invited to their barbecue, all that.
For sure.
We moved. We knew our neighbors, never, like, went over, never did anything. Now we're in South Carolina. We don't know anyone. Like,
really? In South Carolina?
Yeah.
Damn, I would have thought there would have been more Southern hospitality in those parts.
They're fake.
Damn.
Southerners are fake. But I also think...
It's called out everyone beneath the Mason-Dixon.
Yeah, anyway, so...
You're fake as fuck.
It's fake. I really think it's fake.
You think that the whole idea of Southern hospitality is like a fake one? Like, it's just something that...
From what I've experienced, hospitality, or Southern hospitality, it's like...
I can tell you, like, it wasn't always hospitable to black people. I can promise you that.
No, I know. It was like, they'll say something super nice to your face, and then at her friend's house, she'll be like, "Did you hear what Earl did today?"
Oh, yeah. We could. Okay, so it's pretty much the same as up here then. Like,
okay, well, I think it's worse down there. I don't know why.
Really? Oh, wow.
It's just like a feeling, But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, not knowing our neighbors.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's, I think also having younger children helps because you want your kids to have friends in the neighborhood.
So then you find yourself, vicariously through them building a community. Yeah, because you want them to have a socially rich life. So you got to do the thing. You got to go to the play dates.
Yeah.
We're going to bring them over some casseroles. Whatever the
like
fuck
if I grew up in the same neighborhood all my life, maybe it'd be different. But I've moved 2 or 3 times in my life. So I was just like, okay, well, we're the new neighbors, but like no one really cares.
It's very weird for me when I'd probably be, I don't know, maybe tripping out on shrooms or something like that. And I'm just thinking about human beings that are so close. There was this show called The Good Place.
Yes.
And there was this quote in there that I thought was just so beautiful. They were trying to all be exonerated for their sins or bad points or whatever. And they went to the judge, and the judge, beautiful little black lady, and she's like, all right, you know what, like, let me go down to earth and see what the fuck like is going on. And comes back up.
She's like, yeah.
And one of the things that they said was like, oh, wow. Like, how is it just so busy and populated and yet so cold and lonely?
Whoa, yeah. It's so true.
And I would just think about apartments, and I would just strip away, just like The Sims. I would strip away the walls and the ceilings and just see the boxes and all these people running around in them.
Yep.
And I'm like, you don't know any of these other people? Like, we're all just like these little rats stacked up on top of each other. And like, no one, like, we don't interact with one another.
Yep.
Like, it was like very, very
so
weird. Very, very weird.
Like, I also sometimes when I'm driving, I'm like, there's so many people in this world that I don't know. Like, I don't know anyone on the road right now. Like,
yeah, they all have different moods, different shit going on with them that day, different ambitions for that day. Like, all that sort of shit is going around you constantly. Yeah. Which takes us back to, you need to be mindful of what the fuck is going on around you. You're looking at people's facial expressions. That's why shit probably got really weird when masks were like a thing.
Whoa, yeah, probably.
Like, yeah.
It was
trying to read people's faces.
Yeah. Well, you can read the eyes a little bit.
Yeah, a lot definitely resides in the eyes. But the rest of the face still gives so much like additional data, you know, like they work in tandem. So you want to see that shit going on underneath the mask too. Like, the fuck is going on?
I started at our job with masks on. So when we had the rule that we could we no longer had to wear it. It was so weird seeing everyone's face for the first time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Some people you're like, oh my God, wow.
Yeah,
really nice
literally.
face. Some people you're just like, oh, you can put it back on. Right? Like, that
actually, No, it's just weird how much the mask hides what your jawline looks like, what your lips, your nose.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a lot. It's more than 50% of your face.
Yeah.
It's
you
a
only
lot.
see one real feature. Yeah, with the mask on.
It's a lot. Although you got the eyes and the eyebrows to take care of it. People probably just like, oh, she looks cute. It's okay.
Yeah, you know.
That's so funny, man. Pete, wow. Like, I think about the children though, because for someone like me that is so gung-ho about communication and holding on to the essence of just really cool hangouts with people, fucking campfire feeling, all those kids that were in that developmental stage where looking at other people's facial expressions were very, very important to understand people and be able to relate to people. Fuck, man. Heart goes out to them.
Yeah, they're going to be in therapy.
There are a lot of people that listen, people are socially awkward enough. Now you have a generation. You're not going to be able to read anything on someone's face. There were so many kids, and what we're talking about, and some of them, it's not just about being able to get laid, right? Because that's nice too, to be able to have the social acumen to know how to attract people. Right. Like, that's cool too. But just knowing when someone's about to blow the fucking place up that you're in, like being able to look and see, like smelling smoke, I mean, before the fire begins, like being able to see that shit. Yep. Like, oh, wait, hold on. I don't like the way they look. Let me get the fuck out of here. Yeah. That's a talent. That's a real skill You should be able to look at people's faces and kind of say, like, I don't like that vibe. I'm leaving.
And then
here.
your face goes like, I'm gonna go.
Facts.
Sorry, I keep getting...
You're so popular.
I'm not. It's mostly just like work. So, Alex is on vacation. So I'm the only one. This is my one day off this week. And it's the one day I'm getting a shit ton of emails to be like, can you do this? Can you do that? It's
of course.
I'm not, I can't access it from my house. And I'm not gonna.
How do you deal with the stresses of work? Like, do you feel like you deal with them pretty well? Do you feel like they ever like fuck with you and you're like, God, this is fucking stupid? My
new role, it's so much better.
Okay, very nice.
Because you're the first impression now. You're not dealing with the guest at that during their experience. Right. So you're setting the expectation, which could be bad or good.
I was about to say, it's interesting that you look at it the way that you do, because many people would be like, that's a lot of fucking pressure. You're the first, like, you're the first person that they'll ever speak to.
Well, I'm pretty good over the phone, so, or just in general.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Plus, you have a routine. But the thing that got me the most at the front desk was you are the face of the resort. Like, you're the first thing that they visually see when they get to the resort. So you will be the person that they, like, go to, if that makes sense. Yeah,
you'll kind of be the person of contact or point of contact to some degree. Like, because we're not dealing with fucking robots.
Right.
These are humans. And, like, once you build that rapport, they're going to be like, well, can I speak to so-and-so? Like, that's the person that I know.
Right.
Like, that's the person I've spoken to. Like, let me speak to them. I get that.
So, I mean, yes, that's fine. But I also was just so annoyed with, it wasn't like trauma dumping, but like just dealing with every little complaint. And it's just like, at some point you just, this is bad, but you desensitize and you're like, okay, like, I don't care, which I should. I'm in hospitality, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
I know. I feel it's a conundrum, because ultimately you can say, as a general rule for yourself, probably, I care about the human experience. Like, I care about how people feel, and like if they're going through pain, if they're in just in unnecessary discomfort.
Yeah.
But then there's this other thing of that doesn't give them the right to be a complete bitch.
Especially to me, who didn't do anything to you.
Right.
You know?
So that's the thing. So,
I understand you're frustrated and you're explaining the situation, but I don't need all that emotion.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you gotta relax.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta come to me correct.
Like, everything will be okay. Like,
ultimately, that. Ultimately, everything is going to be fine.
Yeah.
You're in no real danger here.
No. You're never in danger there.
But that's the point, though, because sometimes you just get to this point of lunacy where you're just like, this is not a real problem.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Like let's tone it down.
Think of the real problems in the world and what you're complaining about right now.
That's what I'm talking about. It's crazy.
No, it really is. So that's why I was like, just totally done. I was like, I need something different or I'm leaving.
I read a review that was like, and this is the way I read it to myself too. It's like, ordered hot chocolate, and when it arrived, there was no cream. And then the hot chocolate had to sit.
What?
And when the cream finally came back up for our order, the hot chocolate was then cold, and there was no interest in any cream. But I still ate it via spoon. Thanks.
Wait, first of all, why do you need cream for hot chocolate?
Cream for hot chocolate. People like, you know,
I mean, marshmallow-ish, maybe,
you know,
too.
like whipped cream is what I mean, like whipped cream. So I still ate it via spoon. Thanks. Like, very passive aggressive. Like, or at least that's the way I read it. Maybe it wasn't passive aggressive, but it probably was passive aggressive.
Especially if it's about hot chocolate.
And just the fact that this review, I read this, and I was at the house howling laughing. I was like, wow, I work there. where this is the problem, where this is the thing that needs a solution. We need to come together.
And our GM was like, invite back immediately. CEP, whatever that means. Tell me I'm wrong.
Free night, no, for sure. Free night stay for sure. Yeah, might definitely have like a free breakfast.
And a free hot chocolate for life. Like
free hot chocolate. Somebody get this woman this hot chocolate, please. It's just funny, man.
Yeah.
It's a funny, because you have to be aware that you're in a different world.
Yep.
Like you have to understand. Because sometimes I'll send this stuff to my friends and they're like, this is fucking crazy. Because like they're just regular guys living regular lives. And they're just like not around this bullshit.
Yeah.
They're just like, what the fuck is going on?
They're like, I'm trying to pay my bills and you're worried about your chocolate being hot enough. Like,
bruh, it's very, very wild.
Yeah.
The complaints at the top of the hill are wild. Very, very wild.
Yeah.
I try to stay as aware of that as possible. Sometimes I can't not see it.
Yeah.
Which can be a hindrance in doing the job well. Because I'm just looking, I'm like, wow. Like you're really this angry.
Yeah.
About
your steak being medium instead of medium rare. Like,
and I'm talking about pancakes. I'm not even talking about this, because I get it. The steak may cost you $80 or something like that. You wanted to make sure that you got the right steak. I'm talking about these pancakes. I'm talking about these scrambled eggs right here. Like they came out a little too scrambled. Like they were runny. They were too runny.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Word. All right. Word. The smoothie a little too watery.
People are very picky about their food, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. For a lot of people, I grew up. See, the thing with me is, and I understand this, I'm nasty. I'm a garbage disposal. Oh. When it comes to Thanksgiving food, it don't matter. Like, I don't care if things touch.
Same.
Texture, it's got to be, I don't know what texture it has to be for me to not like it. Maybe like slug. Like I know I don't like.
I'm a texture person.
Like, I don't like okra, like that pickled okra. Oh. It comes out, it's slimy. It's just, I don't like.
You like oyster?
See, the thing is, I can eat oyster. I usually wouldn't eat it by itself. I got to put like some of that
everything
fucking red sauce that they put on there. What the fuck is that? Yeah, whatever that red sauce is. Some, I think they usually have like some lemon, some hot sauce. There's usually like some little like onion chopped type of thing that you put on there.
But the texture you don't care about that?
Well, now because I have these other kind of elements going on, if I would have just do that, it just tastes like you slurping a loogie. No, nah, I don't know, because
it's gross.
I would just much rather have them fried.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm picky about my food, but not too much. Like, I don't like slimy things. Or I'm very much a smell person too. Like if it smells off, I'm not trying it.
See, my sense of smell isn't that keen. It's not that sharp.
It's not
so I think I missed. I feel like I missed stuff. So I'll try more things.
No.
But through working in food and beverage, I've had to go through a lot of trainings on understanding flavor profiles and textures and dynamics of spices and shit like that, and cooling agents. And so when I eat, I definitely get into that bag. Like I think about what I'm eating and how it tastes and all that sort of stuff. That's it.
That's it. Period.
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, it's a very particular thing to do, but I'm not a smell person. Like I just don't remark on smells often.
Oh, I feel like Julianne she tells me I do this all the time. I'll go into a room and I'll be like. And I'm like, do you smell that? And I'll be like, like a dog. Like I'll take a second to smell my surroundings.
You got that hound nose. That hound nose. I get it.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll be like, what's that
smell? She's got one of those too. She's constantly smelling shit. Like she's just constantly telling me, like, oh, you smell that cat piss? I'm like, what the fuck? Like
you smell the cat piss down the road.
First of all, I'm not well versed in cat piss, so I couldn't even call it out of a lineup, to be honest with you. I don't know what cat piss is like. But yeah, no, I don't be catching a lot of those. Yeah, I'm just.
You think your sense is just dull?
I think that when it comes to eating foods, I think that I had to eat everything growing up. Like my grandma, when she made something, I had to eat the fuck was on the table. Yeah. And then I had vegetarians in my family. I had people that ate a lot of different things. So I was introduced to a lot of different foods, and I had to eat all them shit. So I just figured out all the things that I liked. I like a lot of fruits. I like a lot of vegetables. I love proteins. I love food. Food is great.
Yeah.
I'm down for a lot of things.
My
I'm
mom
trying to just cut sugars.
Oh,
I'll take
hardest.
I'll take sugars from the fruits. Like I'll eat those. That's fine. But I have to cut out like these fucking trolley worms Gummies. You see me eating. I can't do that. I can't just keep eating those. They're so delicious. They're the very berry flavors.
That's me with ice cream.
Oh yeah,
I love ice cream.
I can't keep doing that forever.
Yeah. No, for me, like my mom didn't like cooking. Okay. So I feel like that's why I'm a very picky eater, because I was not introduced to a bunch of stuff, you know, with like pasta, you know, meatloaf, classic, like. But I did work in a restaurant. That was like my first job. I worked at a breakfast place, and that was like the first time I fell in love with poached eggs and like things like that, like blueberry compote on my pancakes.
Yeah,
and things
you start
to
learn a little bit.
Yeah,
You're like, hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can really do up a breakfast.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah,
I love a good breakfast.
I love a Benedict.
Oh yeah,
Benedict is so. Yeah, still can't get over the seafood stuff though.
Like
it's a smell for me.
Like
smell, and then just picturing what it could like the texture would be in my mouth
of like a shrimp.
Yeah. I have had oyster,
but there's so many. They don't all taste the same. Like they don't all have the same. Like lobster, crab.
Yeah, but the thing is, what everyone tells me about seafood, and they're like, you just have to go to the right place. Well, I don't want to gamble on my seafood. Like chicken everywhere is chicken. Steak steak is different.
Oh no, hold on now. There are different types of all these things. There's levels to all of this shit. There's levels to it, and it most certainly does matter. Just like as we were talking about drinking vodka,
right?
You know, starting off drinking vodka. Like there's Aristocrat. There's Smirnoff. There's Kettle One. There's Ciroc. There's like there's a lot of different types of things. Like one is not the other.
No, yeah, you're right.
Only a name, but nothing else.
I don't know. It's just like the one seafood I really want to like is salmon.
Oh, I like salmon. I like smoked salmon.
Healthy.
I like smoked salmon.
Yeah.
I like I air fry my shit.
What is it like though? Like compared to another
But you know
food.
what? Do you like trout? Oh wait, no, because you don't like seafood at all. Fuck.
Yeah. That's why it's so hard for people to explain it
to me. Yeah, trout is a better one because salmon is fattier. Actually, I don't know how you feel about your meats. Do you like fat on your meats or do you?
It depends. Not on my chicken, but sometimes in my steak.
In your steak?
Yeah.
How do you like the fat? Do you like the fat sort of rendered like it's crispy, or do you want it like kind of chewy?
I want it melted.
You want it melted?
Like, I don't want to chew it. The texture's weird. I just put it on my plate. I'm like, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, when they told me that my fucking body fat was like 7%, they were like, yeah, you should just eat more fat on steaks. Yeah. So I was like,
you need to eat your salmon, avocado, all of that.
I do. I eat so much of those things. I love olive oil, avocado oil. Like I get the fats in, trust me.
Bro, you're in a good scenario.
Dude, I definitely get them. Don't worry. I get them. I get cold.
Very, very easily.
Is that how that sounded? I get cold. I get cold at night. No,
and lonely.
Yeah, just no body fat. So I get just, you know, I just gotta layer up a little bit.
You gotta layer up, but do a dirty bulk. Just eat shit.
Just eat shit.
Yeah.
I've also done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do a lot of fucking when I work out hard, and then I sit in the sauna too, so I'm just
sweat. The sauna's good for you.
Yeah. I love the sauna.
Maybe you don't do as much cardio.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. You know what you could do?
But I don't even know if that's I was about to say I don't even know if that's necessary. Like if I want to build fat to insulate myself.
You just need to eat more than what you're burning.
Yeah, so that would be the case. Like I could still do it and keep the cardio, but I would just have to eat a ton. And see, that's the thing.
You need to eat a lot.
That's the thing, man. That's always been the fucking thing. Yeah. It's like there was a point in time where I was like, oh, I want to get big. Right now, resting weight 185, right? I was definitely at 205 at a point in time.
Yeah. That's not unhealthy, though.
No. It's not unhealthy. It's just that I remember what my diet was like.
Oh.
I'm not forcing I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Like, I was eating so many chickens.
Food became a chore to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was eating a lot of chickens.
Mm-hmm. Multiple chickens in one day.
For sure. Yeah. I would go and get rotisserie chickens, and I would just I would constantly just eat those.
Whoa. Like a full ass chicken once a day?
Maybe like split a chicken between like 2
days?
Yeah, 2 or 3 days.
That's so a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking
Usually
chicken.
rotisserie lasts me like 4 plus.
Because I'm going to just go ahead, rip the wing and the leg right off. I'm definitely eating those.
Yeah.
And then once I get a few slices on the left side, it's like, how many more until the whole left side is gone?
Yeah.
And then you go on to the right, and it's fucking them up. But I was like, God damn, I was eating so much.
How many calories
I also wasn't doing any cardio then.
Oh.
I was going, fuck the stretching too. At that point in time, I was going into the gym and picking up the heaviest weight I could and started
Ego
fucking
lifting.
lifting. Yeah, but I got fucking big.
Yeah. Yeah. How many calories do you think you ate in a day when you were 205?
That's very difficult to say.
Do you track your anything?
Nah.
Okay, then you probably wouldn't have a general.
Yeah, I don't have but
I feel like
I'm just thinking about what certain meals kind of are. Yeah.
Like me, I have to track everything I eat, so I'm very hyper aware.
Yeah, you can look at something and be like, "Oh, that's roughly
that 3
100."
ounces of chicken. That's about 132 calories. Like,
right. Do you know how much Chick-fil-A sauces are?
I think like one packet is well over 150.
Yeah, like the Chick-fil-A sauce. That's I fucking forgot. I think it's like 240 or
in one packet.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's where people get fat though, is they use so much dressing.
Sauce.
Yeah.
Because people like you don't want to eat a salad without a ton of dressing on it. I mean, most people grow up thinking ranch, Caesar, Polynesian, Italian dressing, like all these sorts of things. They don't just think avocado oil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little olive oil. Boom.
Lemon, that's it.
You know what I mean? Some lemon zest, crack a little ground pepper on there, let it be that.
They don't think that's tasty though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wings. I love wings.
Ranch.
And when I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, I get them extra wet too.
Yeah.
I'm like roll them shits 2 or 3 times in there. Extra crispy, all wet, all drums. That's the way I like them.
Oh, I like flats.
Oh yeah, you're a flat person.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm
okay.
a flat earther. Just kidding.
Yeah. So, I get it. Them sauces, they'll get you. Chinese food too. Like if you go
MSG
get a lot of
and all that shit.
Yeah, once you get all them fucking gelatinous ass sauces and your orange chicken.
It's also like an addicting something in
your General Tso's chicken, your Beijing beef. Like you're like, what are all these sauces? Like what does this mean?
I don't know.
But they're so tasty though. But
what does Tso's mean? TSO.
General Tso's.
What does that mean?
Beijing. I don't know. I don't know what any of those things are.
Yeah. But I really think like dressing agents or sauces or just like fast food in general, like there's something in them that makes people addicted to wanting and eating them.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
Do you think that's psychological do you think there's something in there?
No, these people have figured this out long ago. Long ago. They know exactly what they're trying to evoke out of us. Like they understand the palate.
Yeah.
They understand like what eating certain things will send as far as signals go to your brain and what they will let it know. Like you'll go have a fucking dopamine rush. You just eat this fatty, greasy burger and you're like, ugh.
And then you feel awful after.
Yeah, but just like crack.
Yeah.
Or heroin, I'm certain. I'm certain it's great at the top.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, but
I'm awful, I bet.
certain of it. So you gotta go and get another one.
Yeah.
And another one. It's
crazy what your brain
they know this
what
shit.
It loves.
But they're gonna keep pumping this shit out. They're like, we're making so much money, I'll never stop selling them.
They don't care about us.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, money drives the world. Greedy ass.
Keep buying these fucking burgers. Come get this liquor.
And this crack.
Necessary essential workers it was in 2020.
Yeah.
Like working at a Total Wine or an ABC store.
Oh, really? They were essential?
Oh, yeah. You thought that they were going to close alcohol in America?
They did it in the 20s.
Americans would have been like, yo, listen, either open them shits up or we gonna open them up. Like you think you're about to tell Americans to sit in their home for however long, we don't know yet, indefinite time, and have no liquor, have no alcohol.
Yeah.
Americans would have been in the street the night that was announced. The night it was announced, they would have, are you kidding me? It would have been the biggest, probably collective assault from humans.
Yeah.
Like all different sorts of people. It doesn't matter if you're gay, trans, black, white, nothing. Everyone would have been in the street like, if you don't fucking open this up and stop acting, shut up. No. So many people did drugs. Like got like alcohol, like definitely abused the shit out of alcohol.
Yeah.
Gotten deep shit with that. Drugs, abuse of all natures of just domestic abuse. It was a weird fucking time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of alcohol involved.
You think that's like our number one problem? Yeah.
Alcohol? Nah. I think it's because you drink, you have a good time, you're hanging out. It's not a problem. Like it's not corroding your life in a remarkable way where you're like, man, I've lost friends and like a job, or like your life isn't falling apart because you like to have.
It could though.
It could, but it's not. And so if it is, then you have to acknowledge that that's the case. But it's probably not because you don't feel like you need to take refuge inside of that can.
I feel like I don't need to
like
be
it's fun.
6 in by now.
Yeah, no, like you're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But some people like that fucking phrase, finding the answer at the bottom of a bottle. Like that shit is fucking real. People trying to find the answer. They're like,
no, sir.
It hasn't been where I've been. So let me go ahead and see if you just.
I don't want to get into that psychology.
No.
Like people's minds, like I feel like I'd be so scared knowing exactly like what people
are thinking. Oh, as they're trying to get
destroy
away,
themselves,
trying to get the fuck away, trying to stop the pain, whatever
That's
that is, however
scary.
it came to them.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just know I hope everybody finds a way out of that shit. Hope everybody finds some sort of peace.
Definitely. I wish there was like a cure to everything.
Yeah.
Or like temptations weren't strong, to even try in the first place.
Right. Sometimes you're just curious. Like,
What is the curiosity killed the
cat?
Someone's curious about their cat. It's like, no.
Gabby.
Earl.
I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you. I don't know if you necessarily sought after it, but you embraced the discomfort.
Yeah.
Right? So we can put that on the list of things that you
Check
did.
off. Podcast. Specifically with Earl. That was a good high five. Yeah, that was super fun.
That was beautiful. Thank you everyone for listening. We're getting out of here. That was awesome.